Hello romantic home family and welcome back. I am Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I am over the moon excited to share with you guys 100 DIY Dollar Tree and budget friendly Christmas decor crafts. So this is a huge binge worthy compilation video. It's going to share with you guys so many different ideas for crafting and decorating in a budget friendly way with so many different styles. And just remember, you guys can always change up the paint color or the ribbon color to match your home decor. So I am so thankful and blessed to have y'all here. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook. And without further ado, let's go ahead and plug in those glue guns, get out your glitter and paint, and let's get to crafting.
DIY. I want to create these super adorable little gingerbread jars. So I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree gingerbread candle holders, and I'm going to use some wire cutters and I snip them off of their bases. And then I'm going to take some of these Dollar Tree jars, some E6000 glue and my hot glue gun, and I'm going to add some E6000 glue and then some hot glue. That way the hot glue will help it hold on temporarily and the E6000 will help it hold on for a long time. And then I'm taking these little peppermint candy ornaments. You can find these at Hobby Lobby in a bundle, and then you just cut them apart. Don't forget to use your 50% off coupon. And then I'm hot gluing these to the front of my little gingerbread. This step is optional, but I just really wanted to doll this up and make it look super festive and adorable. Now these are going to take about 24 hours overnight to dry to get them to set in really well. And then I'm just taking these hot cocoa Hershey Kisses. I found these at Walmart. They had hot cocoa flavored and peppermint, which I thought would be so perfect for a little hot cocoa bar. So here it is. Oh my goodness, how cute is that with the little candy canes? It looks like the gingerbread has hair on one side, so it's like a little boy on one side, and then the candy canes to me make it look like there's a girl to the right. You guys comment, let me know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I didn't even notice it until I was looking at all of this, but oh my goodness, this hot cocoa station is so festive and wonderful. This is actually the first time that I've ever done a dedicated hot cocoa bar, so I hope you guys love it. Comment and let me know, do you guys set up a hot cocoa bar? So I'm going to make a 3-tiered stand, and I'm going to use several of the Dollar Tree chargers, and then I'm going to use these little candlesticks. I found these at the Target dollar spot, and I just clipped off the candles on the top. I'm using E6000 glue again and hot glue for temporary, and then the E6000 will help them hold on. Now, these were plastic bases. I actually suggest that you use the Dollar Tree glass candlesticks. They work really well and are really sturdy. I didn't have any on hand, and I didn't want to get out on Black Friday to go pick up candle stands, so I just used these plastic ones. It did work, but I wouldn't suggest to put a whole lot of weight on them. I've always wanted a 3-tier stand. I thought this was super fun. I actually originally saw this idea from Bargain Bethany. I love her DIYs. You guys totally go check her out. So I'm adding this is actually going to be the top layer. Make sure you try to get these lined up as good as possible as well. So here it is. I put several of the smaller little Dollar Tree mugs. Now, how adorable are these little mugs? And then I found this candy cane factory sign at the Target dollar spot. Oh my goodness, I thought it'd be so perfect. And I just pop that little cupcake on the top. And here it is how it's looking so far. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take some plastic spoons and then those cute little ornaments that I found again at Hobby Lobby. I think it was $2 after the coupon, and you get so many you can just break apart. And then I'm taking E6000 glue and some hot glue, and I'm going to hot glue them to the top of my spoon. Now, you guys could also probably use a real peppermint if you wanted to, although I do want to just make these for decorative purposes only. I think they are so fun and so festive, and you could use different types of candies as well if you wanted to. But I did several of these because I really wanted to have something to fill my other little gingerbread jar with, because the Hershey Kisses took 2 bags to fill that, just for reference. So here it is popped into my little hot cocoa jars, which I'm going to share with you guys. How fun is this, you guys? This just makes my heart smile because my kiddos love hot cocoa. In fact, we were watching the Polar Express and we were loving that hot cocoa segment. Oh my goodness, comment and let me know. I think Polar Express is definitely my favorite Christmas movie, but what is your favorite Christmas movie? I would love to know so I could check out some other ones. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm taking these little Dollar Tree jars and then I'm taking these gift tags. I found these at the Target dollar spot. They were $1 for 24 and I just cut them down to size to fit on the front of the little hot cocoa jar. You guys, if you're in the Target dollar spot, definitely check out their little tags. They have so many fun options to choose from. I could not resist adding a bow to the top of this and then of course dovetailing my ends. I decided to pop some marshmallows into this one, and how cute is this? Now they do come with lids, which of course I put back on to make sure everything stayed fresh. And then I just put in some Nestle hot cocoa mix. I did buy a large container, so I had enough to fill this jar to share with you guys. You could also put some little packets in there if you wanted to, or even K-cups if you guys do K-cups, whatever suits your fancy. But I think it's going along just perfectly and oh so festive and fun. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to make a little Dollar Tree candy sleigh. I think these make a super fun gift, and since we're going with hot cocoa and goodies, I thought this would be super fun. So I'm just taking some candy canes and I'm taping them to the back of this large little holiday Mike and Ike. All of these candies I found at the Dollar Tree. I do suggest using as many flat candies as you can, but these are the candies that my kiddos love. So I'm just taping them all and I'm kind of stacking them up, and then I'm going to use a ribbon to tie around the entire thing to give it a little bit of added security, but it did seem to hang on there pretty good. So I'm just tying a cute little shoelace bow to the top of this, and then I'm using another tag from the Target dollar spot. I thought these little candy striped ornaments would be so perfect for the hot cocoa bar. I was excited to be able to use them for this DIY and then also for my presents when I wrap my kids' presents. So here it is. How adorable is this? Very inexpensive, a fun DIY you guys do with kids because it just has tape and some candy goodies. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys how to make some hot cocoa chocolate covered spoons. So I'm taking some spoons and some of those little praline goodies and I'm dipping them into this melting chocolate. I found the melting chocolate at Target, and then I'm dipping them into just some crushed up candy canes. So the melting chocolate was great. The one that I found at Target came with a little bowl. So you pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes and melt your chocolate, and then you can dip your spoons in, and then you just dip it into the crushed candy. Now, I am no expert, so please help me out here. What is the secret to keeping it from dripping everywhere but getting enough candy on your spoons? We had a lot of laughs and giggles doing this. I did have my girls help me with this, so it was really fun. So for the next DIY, I want to share with you guys my little favorite hot cocoa recipe. I like to use water. So for this one, I actually ended up using 1 cup of water and then half a cup of half and half, and that's, you could also use heavy whipping cream or milk, but this is what I had on hand. And then a tablespoon of the French vanilla creamer. If you like a little bit of extra creamer taste, you could omit that as well. And then I'm using 1 packet of hot cocoa. I heat mine for about 1:25 in my microwave. And then the best part right here, oh my goodness, is some whipped cream, a cute little candy straw. I found these at Dollar Tree, and then popping a candy cane in just for that extra added bit of goodies. You guys, do you have any secret recipes for hot cocoa? Again, my family is crazy over hot cocoa, as well as my nieces and nephew, and so this hot cocoa bar was so fun to create. Oh my goodness, it just came out so adorable. I am so in love with it, and definitely you guys, I always ask you, comment and let me know what was your favorite DIY in this episode? And which one will you be recreating? Have you guys seen these little gingerbread candle stands at Dollar Tree? I just grabbed the couple that they had, but I thought they made these really cute DIYs, and I do have one left over I may do something with. But again, I love to hear what you guys think about these DIYs. Let me know which was your favorite and any tips and tricks you may have for me. So for me, I actually love this caramel coffee, and it is by Green Mountain. I believe it's like a caramel swirl something or other. And then I just add half and half to mine because I don't do a whole lot of sugar. So this is going to be my treat. This is what I have every morning when I greet you guys on Instagram. And then I just wanted to give you guys a quick little pop around my kitchen. So I added a garland above my sink, and I added just bows on either side. I changed out my curtains to these pretty little thrift store lace curtains, and then I tied just little bows around that. They have little polka dots on it. I thought it'd be so cute to go along with my Mrs. Claus candy cane inspired kitchen. I tied a little bow to my Mrs. Myers hand lotion that sits by the sink to keep my hands from drying out during the winter. And then here's my little chandelier, but I just had to give you guys kind of a peek around my kitchen. I am going to be doing a house tour for you guys very soon. Believe it or not, I have not finished decorating, so I want to get it totally perfect and all ready for you guys to see. And then here's my little Hoosier cabinet that I have in the center of my kitchen. And then above my stove, I added a garland, some of those big Dollar Tree bows. This was so easy. I just popped some command strips up, put my garland up, added some Dollar Tree bows, and I felt like it made it feel really, again, like a little bit of a Hallmark movie, Christmas time. I love how they always use a ton of garland and a ton of bows. I even decorated the top of my refrigerator, believe it or not, with some of the DIYs that we did. And on this day, I baked up some banana bread for my kiddos. So here's those Deck the Halls Dollar Tree little towels. Believe in the Magic of Christmas. That was also at the Dollar Tree. You guys, I'm so obsessed with the Dollar Tree. I just think they have the cutest stuff. I found little oven goodies at the Dollar Tree as well. And this banana bread has chocolate chips in it. It does look a little bit toasty, but I think it's the chocolate chips. Anyway, it did taste super duper delicious. And I found a little teapot lamp at a flea market. I know some of you guys have asked me about that. And then here are just some more DIYs that we did. Now the little candy cane ornaments I found at a garage sale in a huge box. So I was blessed beyond measure to find those, but I did share with you guys how to DIY this little candy cane house out of a Halloween Dollar Tree house. And then these are more of those Dollar Tree bows. I added that buffalo check plaid ribbon too. How cute is this? Oh snap, I think that's what that little gingerbread might be saying. How fun are we having in this little Christmas kitchen, dolled up and ready to roll. Now here you're going to see a little bit of some of my collection of Christmas mugs. I find these all at the thrift store or flea markets. The pink ones I did myself. I just took pink paint and painted them and then sealed them with some Mod Podge and glitter. And then the little teapot I found at the Goodwill last year, as well as the angel. And then we did do a DIY for you guys on this little gingerbread garland. This is Dollar Tree supplies, and also burlap fabric.com sent me the base for the banner, so thank you to them. But so much fun crafting and cooking away. And also I would love to hear how your Thanksgiving went. We had a wonderful, beautiful, blessed Thanksgiving. Everybody that was here had a lovely time. We had delicious food, too much, honestly. But it was so nice to spend time with my kids. I just feel like I'm savoring it this year. Again, I know I've told you guys this a million times. My son is a senior this year. as well as his girlfriend, and I'm so close to both of them. And also I wanted to tell you guys that my daughter Alyssa turned 13 on Thanksgiving, so it was such a celebration. It was so fun. She had her cousins over and we shopped till we dropped at Black Friday, just finding all the deals and goodies. You guys know I'm a bargain shopper, so I'd love to hear how your Thanksgiving went. And if you're here and this is your first time here, I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home. I love to do a ton of Dollar Tree DIYs and really share with you guys how to have a boutique gorgeous home on a budget. And it's not all about the decoration, but I do love to share this with you guys because I know it inspires a lot of you, and a lot of you find joy in my videos. So this is my gift to you, to bring joy to your day. And wherever you're at in your journey, whatever you're going through, I know the holidays can be hard sometimes for people, so I just want to hug your heart and just let you know I love you and I'm thankful that you are here. For everybody that comes back and loves on me, it's so fun. I'm so thankful truly for this community. You guys just have made my journey here so amazing, and just pump me up and lift me up and pray for me, and I pray for y'all. And so I'm just so thankful and blessed to have y'all here. So I found this Sleigh winter decor piece on the Pier 1 website, and I knew we could replicate it using Dollar Tree supplies. So for the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just going to take one of those Dollar Tree sleigh signs and then some of this Waverly white chalk paint. I gave this sign 2 coats of chalk paint front and back in case I put it in front of a mirror. And then I added a huge dollop of hot glue, and then I'm just adding some of those little Dollar Tree evergreen pieces. They come in a pack of, I believe, 10 or 20, and they're just long evergreen branches. I just hot glued 3 of them, and then I hot glued 2 more on top of the first 3 just to kind of gather them and look like they're more of like an evergreen piece. And they hot glue on fairly easily as well. Once I have my evergreen on, I'm going to add a generous amount of glue, and then I'm just going to add this cute little Dollar Tree bow that I tied. This is just with that Dollar Tree burlap ribbon, and I tied a bow and then kind of curled the ends, and then I'm adding some of those Dollar Tree pine cones. And then Dollar Tree in their ornament section has these cute little silver clips. I believe they come 3 to a pack, and then Dollar Tree has these little mini ornaments. I added some silver mini ornaments. Now remember, you guys can always customize this to suit whatever decor that you're decorating with. And then I decided to go ahead and add one of those Dollar Tree ornament bells. This white bell was just perfect for what I'm going for. And then I just used some of that chalk paint. Now there wasn't very much paint on the brush. You almost want to just kind of dry brush it, meaning there's not very much paint on the brush. And then I just kind of dry brushed the evergreen branches to kind of give it the appearance of it being more of like a flocked tree. I also dry brushed the little pine cones, and voila, here we go. How absolutely stunning. And this cost only a couple of dollars to make versus the $24.99 version, and I think it turned out fabulous. Here it is with my new setup with this mantelpiece. I cannot wait to share with you guys more on that. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree silver sparkling reindeer signs, and then I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid men's scarves, and I'm just going to hot glue all the way around the entire scarf. And I just hot glued the entire scarf to the deer, and then you're going to cut the scarf out. So here's one side, here's how it should look. Now I did go ahead and add the scarf to both sides. That way, in case I put it in front of a mirror, I will have a nice finished side on both sides. And then I'm just taking some of that Dollar Tree nautical rope, and I'm hot gluing the nautical rope all the way around the entire deer to kind of trim it out, because there was a bit of a rough edge. Now, you all could use lace or pearls or whatever suits your fancy and however you're decorating. And here is how it should look on both sides. And then I did want to go ahead and take some of that Waverly chalk paint, and I'm just going to chalk paint the top head part of the deer just to kind of dazzle it up a bit. Now, you could have left it silver. This step is definitely optional, but I am going for kind of that shabby chic rustic glam look for this. So I did add some more nautical rope around the little neck of the deer, and then I'm adding just some little pieces of evergreen. And then you guys can see I added a giant jewel to the neck of my beautiful deer, and then I even tipped the edges with a bit of white paint on that greenery. And here she is, all fabulous and sparkling and ready to go. I do want to make another one, so in case I put them on either side of my mantle or Christmas tree, they would be absolutely perfect, and they would also make a really nice large ornament if you're decorating a huge oversized Christmas tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to make a beautiful poinsettia flower using Dollar Tree wired ribbon. So I'm taking and I'm cutting 7-inch strips, and you want to go ahead and cut 5 of those strips. And then you're going to take the edges and you're going to fold them into a triangle and scissor cut them in an upward direction. Be careful if you're doing this with your kiddos. Make sure you have somebody help them with the scissors. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that to all of the ends of my poinsettia, and then I'm going to fold my poinsettia in half, and you kind of fold it like a little paper airplane. So you fold it in half, and then you're going to fold each little edge back, and it's going to make this pretty little kind of point. And then I just took a pipe cleaner, and to hold it together, I just pipe cleanered it. And then again, I did more of these. So I just fold them in half, and then you fold them back on each side one time. And I just use the pipe cleaner to hold them together. I know some people are able to make them and hold them with their hand and also do the folds, but not me. That would have made my hands really tired. So I just went ahead and kept them together. You could also probably use like a little clothespin to hold them together as well. So just continue to work your little poinsettia ribbon pieces. So again, you're just going to fold them in half and then fold each little edge back. So fold it in half and then fold that little edge back and pinch it in the center, and do that same process with all 5 of your ribbons until you get all 5 of them done. And then once you have all 5 of them done, you can go ahead and pinch them all in the center and tie them off with a little piece of pipe cleaner or wire or string or whatever little bits and bobs you have on hand. You're going to trim that off, and then I had some extra nautical rope, so I just tied the nautical rope around the center of my poinsettia to kind of go with this little rustic glam chic look that I'm going for. And I hot glued that to the back, and then you're just going to take your little baubles. I chose some little Dollar Tree pearls, and I hot glued a pearl to either side of my nautical rope, and voila, there you have it. And you can put it with a little pin on the back or a clip or however you're going to use it. I think these would be super gorgeous to add to a gift, to make for ornaments, and they're so inexpensive, and it's a great way to use up some scrap ribbon that you may have. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take and I'm going to chalk paint several books. I actually got these books free at my thrift store. They have a free section, and these books were very tattered and even like dirty, so I had to clean them fairly well. And then I just took and I started chalk painting them. So I added 2 coats of chalk paint to each book, and I chalk painted all sides, including even the little papers of the book. So these books were probably going to be tossed, so I promise no books were harmed in the making of this DIY. And now I'm just going to take the books and I'm going to stack them together, and then I'm going to take a piece of that Dollar Tree ribbon and I'm just going to wrap it around the book and then just hot glue it, the ribbon together in the back after I trim it off. This is so easy peasy, and it's a fun little way to add a decor piece to your holiday. And then Dollar Tree is selling these little galvanized kind of metal pieces, so I chose this Believe, and I just went ahead and hot glued that on top of the ribbon. And then I took some of that Dollar Tree evergreen, and I'm just gonna hot glue that to the top. And then Dollar Tree carries these birds in their ornament section, and then I just added in some of that pretty Believe silver ribbon, kind of tied in a little loose bow, and then some pine cones. And I think this is absolutely fabulous. I think that this is so beautiful and perfect, especially if you want to do a centerpiece because it's fairly low to the ground. And then I just took some white chalk paint and kind of edged my little pine cones, my bird, and the little evergreen pieces, and voila, here we go. We have a very fabulous Believe little book setting, and it makes a great spot too. It kind of held up that star, as you guys can see the little star balancing in the background, so it's kind of a nice piece to add in to really any Christmas vignette. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, this is kind of by request. I'm just taking an inexpensive thrift store ornament. You guys could use any ornament, and I'm taking some of that Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid scarf, and I'm just hot gluing this scarf in and around the entire ornament. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, and also if you guys need some buffalo check plaid fabric, I know Walmart is selling it fairly inexpensively, as well as Hobby Lobby if you guys need to find that pattern and you can't quite find the scarves yet. So you're just going to trim off the edges of your fabric at the top, and then I am taking and I'm tying it off with a pipe cleaner, and then I'm just adding some nautical rope kind of where that little seam was, and I'm just going to run some hot glue and nautical rope around the entire ornament, and that's going to kind of edge it out where there would have been a seam. The next thing I wanted to add to the top of this was just a bit of greenery. It does have kind of that funny edge at the top. Comment, let me know if you guys have a better way to trim out a round ornament. And then I'm just adding a cute little white bow. Dollar Tree carries white ribbon, and then I just add a little Dollar Tree snowflake. They come in packs in the crafting section. And there you have it, a very beautiful ornament that's going to tie in to some of your decor if you're using that buffalo check plaid. And remember, you can use really any scrap ribbon. These would also be wonderful done if you had maybe some old flannel as well. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I found this Pier 1 Imports star, and I believe it's $14, and I wanted to dupe that with this Dollar Tree wooden star. I found this wooden star in the crafting section of the Dollar Tree Christmas section, and I just decided to go ahead and paint it on both sides with 2 coats with that Waverly chalk paint, and then I added some Dollar Tree greenery and some little Dollar Tree pine cones. They're selling their pine cones in a package, which I thought was really wonderful because then they're kind of a smaller size and you can really use them in crafts really nicely. And then I just added one of those little silver doodads to the center, and then just some more bits and bobs. This is really just scrap greenery that I have left over. I love to try to repurpose and reuse almost every bit of scrap. Comment and let me know if you guys know what I'm talking about and your craft room looks like a disaster. Really not so much my craft room, but my craft stash. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add some Mod Podge to the front of this to kind of seal it off, and also to have something. I added a little bit of Epsom salt and glitter mixed together. I really wanted to give it that extra bit of sparkle and shine, and to be honest with you guys, I think this came out even nicer than the Pier 1 website one. I did tip the greenery again with some of that white chalk paint to kind of give it that frosted snowy effect. And how gorgeous are these all together? I was so crushing on this today. I really wanted to do a rustic, glamorous, kind of shabby chic, almost farmhouse-esque setting for you guys, and I'm hoping that I nailed it. Comment and let me know. As always, I love to hear what you guys have to say about my DIYs. I love to hear which ones were your favorite and which ones you'll be recreating. For the first Dollar Tree DIY gift idea, we are going to create a candy bouquet. So So just grab one of those Dollar Tree gift boxes, some styrofoam, some shish kebab sticks, ribbon, tissue paper, and some Dollar Tree candy of your choice. And then I have a hot glue gun and some scissors. I'm going to take the styrofoam. You find this in the crafts section. I'm just going to pop it into the box. It fit perfectly, so I didn't need to use any hot glue. And then I'm taking some of this Dollar Tree Christmas candy, and I'm just running a strip down the back of the candy and hot gluing the shish kebab stick to the candy wrapper. And then I'm just going to pop that in. And I want to start with the larger pieces of candy to the back of my arrangement. So you're just going to continue to hot glue these in. And I did go ahead and press these larger candies down to the base of the styrofoam so they weren't wiggling around. I felt it gave them a little bit more stability too. And so I also added in this Godiva chocolate, which I thought would be so delicious. And then the peppermint bark, and then the Mike and Ike's. I kind of like the Mike and Ike's mainly for the aesthetic of the snowman. And then I'm adding in these little Santa goodies. Now these were foil wrapped, so I did end up having to add a piece of tape to the back to keep those on. And also, if you guys wanted to do these and just try out using some tape, that might work as well if you don't want to use your glue gun. Maybe you have little kiddos helping. And also you could reinforce the candy with tape, but they seem to stick on pretty well with the hot glue. I also got some of these mini size candies with the Twix and the Butterfinger and the Kit Kat. This is what my kiddos love, and I'm hoping to surprise them sometime, maybe either at Christmas or before Christmas. And then I'm just going to pop some tissue paper down into the front of the box because there was a little bit of a gap. And also, if you guys cannot find a cute box, you could always just take some gift wrap paper and wrap up a little gift box. I know I've been saving back boxes here and there, Uncrustables peanut butter and jelly boxes, and just different size boxes to use to wrap gifts for Christmas. But I think this is coming out adorable. Now you guys know me, I love to repurpose and reuse. So the top of the box I wanted to make into an ornament. I thought that would be super cute. And Dollar Tree is carrying these cute little cards with the little car and the little gift packages on top. So I'm just cutting it out to fit on the inside of the box. And then I'm reusing that little burlap ribbon that was on the box. I'm putting that on the top. So this family, or my kiddos, whoever gets this gift, will go ahead and have a cute little ornament to go along with this. Now I did just tape the shish kebab on to go into the center of this because I don't want to ruin the little ornament. And it could also just be a decor piece. And then I'm also taking the rest of that card and I'm cutting it up because it said home for the holidays. And what I want to do now is I just want to make a little personalized gift tag. I also took one of those Dollar Tree Christmas tree little red truck ornaments and tied it to the front with a bow. And I did add a little dab of hot glue underneath the bow to get it to stay. And then I decided to go ahead and add just a tiny bit more tissue paper just to kind of fluff it out because you guys know me, I love everything to be fluffy and over the top. And here it is. Oh my goodness, how fun is this? And just think, you guys can customize this to whatever loved one you're making this for, and it's just absolutely perfect and so fun. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create a little baker lover's gift basket. So I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree large mixing bowls and some baking goodies. I chose milk chocolate brownies. I'm just using some of that Dollar Tree crinkle paper to put in the base of it. And then I'm actually going to take my Betty Crocker brownies and I'm going to use some of this pretty Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid wrapping paper. And I'm going to wrap my brownies up just to make it look a little bit cuter. I really feel like this is a fun budget-friendly idea. Dollar Tree also carries cakes if you guys wanted to grab a cake and then gift wrap a little cake. I personally love to bake and I would love to receive something like this because I'm always needing new baking supplies and I have so many nieces and nephews that come over to my house for Christmas that love to bake. So I think that this would just be a fun idea. Also, this would be a great idea for somebody that has just moved into their new home or maybe a new apartment. And so I'm just going to take some of this tissue paper and I'm wrapping these little utensils up. I'm going to stick them down in this little little Dollar Tree, Deck the Halls, and the little utensils actually I got at Tuesday Morning, but Dollar Tree also carries utensils. I did pop in some frosting to go along with those brownies, and then I found this little Betty Crocker cookies cookbook. It was actually at the thrift store, and then I'm tying a little bow on those Dollar Tree cookie shaped cookie cutters, and that's just going to kind of doll it up a little bit, popping that in, and now we have a totally ready little baker's goodie jar. And then I'm going to pop in this Deck the Halls towel. Dollar Tree is selling the cutest Christmas towels this season, and I really love to just really get it nice and full. And this is perfect because everything in here I love is very useful, so that makes me really happy to have a useful gift and also something fun that everybody could do, kind of like as a little family craft idea. Now I'm just taking one of those little Dollar Tree paper straws and I'm tying a cute little bow on it, popping it in, and voila, you have a very inexpensive, fun, and budget-friendly something perfect for your family or for somebody that loves to bake or maybe is moving into their new house. I just think it's so adorable, and it's very on trend with all of the buffalo check. For the next Dollar Tree gift idea, we're going to do a little hot cocoa cup of joy. So you're going to need a cute little cup from Dollar Tree. I chose this gingerbread cup and some hot cocoa. I'm going to empty it into a little sandwich bag, and then I'm going to pop some marshmallows in. I think this is very budget friendly and super fun. My kids are obsessed with hot cocoa, so we go through hot cocoa like crazy. I also think this would make a fun little teacher gift, grandparent gift, and the kiddos can help you with this. So you're just going to tie off the top with a pipe cleaner, and then you can go ahead and trim that top off. You may even want to add a spot of tape to the top so nothing flops out. And then you can take a little paper straw and one of those little Dollar Tree candy canes. You can go ahead and twist tie this up. And if you guys, even got a deal even cheaper than $1 on your mugs, you could make up several of these for very inexpensive. So I'm just going to take some gift tissue paper. This step is optional, but I thought it would make it look a little bit more festive, and then I'm going to pop this down in the center of the cup. I ended up only using one of the hot cocoa packets for 1 cup. I did try 2 and it was a little bit too big. And then I'm just taking this from the little candy package. There was like a little Santa to and from, and I'm repurposing that to make it into a tag. I'm going to tie a cute little bow on here, and then I'm also adding in the instructions how to make hot cocoa to the back of the tag, which is definitely something I would do if I was giving this to some kiddos so they know how to make their hot cocoa. And then I add a little gingerbread sticker. You find those at Dollar Tree too. And then here is your little cup of joy, or a cozy cup, whatever you might want to call it. It's definitely going to bring some joy to whoever's day that gets this, and your kiddos or you could write a sweet little note. And sometimes you don't have to spend a lot to just warm somebody's heart, and also this is going to warm their tummy. You could also add in, if they don't care for hot chocolate, you could do tea or coffee or whatever special drink your favorite loved one likes. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create a girl's little gift basket, a goodie basket. So I'm just using some beads, this little candle holder, some scrunchies, some nail polish goodies, and some little bath stuff. So I'm going to take this sandwich bag and I'm just going to pop in these little cotton ball rounds. And then I'm also going to pop in a couple of Q-tips, and then I want to put in some nail polish. That way they can pamper their nails or just use those cotton rounds. Those are my daughter's daughter's favorite. And then I'm just going to add a little bow to the top of this. This was just some scrap ribbon that I had, and you can get all of these supplies at Dollar Tree. And then this little gingerbread container is also from Dollar Tree. I'm going to doll it up a little bit by using this tissue paper, and then I just took some of those pony beads and put them in a Dollar Tree organizer. The pony beads you guys can get at Dollar Tree, the craft store, Walmart. They're very hot right now. The girls are really into making the little bracelets. And then I'm just going to pop some hand lotion into the back of this, and then a face mask. My daughter loves face masks. And then some scrunchies, which are also all the rage. If you guys have girls right now, you know what I'm talking about. And then you have a really fun little gift basket idea, and these are really nice to have on hand because they cover a pretty wide variety of ages. And I know if you guys are like me, I always feel like I'm scrambling at the last minute sometimes for gifts. So it's fun to have some of these gift ideas already ready, especially if you know that people are going to be maybe popping by for Christmas, or you're going to need some last minute gift ideas. But here it is. I paired it with, of course, my pink Christmas, which I definitely want to share with you guys some more pink Christmas girly glam DIYs coming up for sure. But I thought this would be so sweet for a little girl. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY gift basket idea, I want to give a gift of comfort. So I'm going to use this Dollar Tree. This is actually just an Easter basket that I painted white and add a little gray paint to. I'm going to pop in this women's devotional Bible. You could also get a teens Bible to go in here. This is actually my Bible, but Dollar Tree does sell Bibles. And then a little journal. I feel like a lot of times people need some comfort during the holidays. This was a little thrift store find with this pretty little teacup and saucer. And then of course you guys need to have a special chocolate treat, and then this little cross. You could also use one of the Dollar Tree mugs, which I'm showing you guys kind of a little different take on it. You could pop in some K-cups for hot chocolate or coffee, whatever your favorite somebody needs that's having this comfort gift basket. If it was my daughter, she would use that teen Bible and these Sour Patch Kids, and then this little cross ornament, which I thought was really sweet. And then I even found some pretty little lacy ribbon. Sometimes we just need a little bit of comfort, and I thought this would be perfect for somebody that may not be getting around or just needs that little bit of comfort. Or almost all ladies and guys need a Bible, some comfort and joy during the holidays. I think is just such a really nice thing. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I had to share with you one more candy bouquet, and this is going to be more for kiddos, for like little kids. So I found this really cute little Playful Dollar Tree box, and for this one, I'm going to add in Sour Patch Kids, which the majority of all my kids like. Dollar Tree also has these cute little suckers, and then I'm putting a ton of little mini candies in here with gum and Kit Kat, Butterfinger, Twix. Just so many fun little goodies to pop into this one. It's similar to the one that we did at the first, except for it's kind of more playful and fun with brighter colors. So whoever you're making your candy bouquet for, just think about their favorite colors. I also popped in the little Let It Snow snowman ornament, and then I want to make another little fun ornament with the top of this box. So again, I'm just taping the shish kebab stick to the top of the little goodie. This is like some little penguins holding candy canes and playing and ice skating in the snow, which I thought was so adorable. I tied a little gold glitter bow to it, and you guys, this is bringing a smile to my face. So I just know that it would definitely bring a smile to someone's face. Even a big kid at heart, I think this would be really fun for. And then here's some of the little Dollar Tree DIYs I've shared with you guys along the way. And then by special request, I did have a young man, I believe he's 10, request my banana bread recipe. So I'm adding that into this video. So little guy out there that was craving my banana bread, here's the recipe. Now that we've had a fun day day of crafting, it's time to whip up some chocolate chip banana bread. I'm just going to use 3 bananas. I'm going to peel them and pop them into a bowl, and then I'm going to just go ahead and mash them really well. You want to mash up your banana really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 1/3 of a cup of butter, and then I'm going to add an egg, and you're supposed to go ahead and whisk this egg, but I completely forgot while I was filming to whisk it up, so I did just go ahead and pull a whisk out and whisk the banana and the egg together. It ended up working because the banana bread tasted great. So now I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I want to go ahead and mix up these wet ingredients really, really well. Mix them until they're nice and smooth, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of flour, and then a teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt, and then you're just going to go ahead and mix that up. Now I just barely mix this, just enough to get it mixed up, and then I did grease my pan and add a little bit of flour so my bread doesn't stick, and then I added about 1/2 cup of chocolate chips to my mixture, and then I just mixed it just a little bit more, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for 350 degrees for about an hour, but definitely check it because all ovens are a bit different, and it is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Now it does look nice and brown, and that's how I love it. I love it a little bit crispy on the edges, and check that out, you guys. I love that steam, and I added hot butter, and I'm going to for the first Dollar Tree DIY, I want to make some fun little wreaths for my front porch to kind of drop down in front of my windows. So I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree mini wreaths. The mini wreaths actually come in a 2-pack. And then I'm just taking that Dollar Tree garland, and I'm just going to wind it around the wreath. And I did realize that I needed to go ahead and cut it in half to make it a little bit of an easier process. So I'm just winding it in and around the wreath, trying to make sure that the entire wire part of the wreath form is covered because the Dollar Tree garland is rather sparse, and so I didn't want it to have a bunch of holes showing through. So I got closer to the end of it, and then I just was going to pop a bow on, and so I'm going to use one of these Dollar Tree mini bows, but I did want to go ahead and finish filling it out just in case the bow flops around. I don't want there to be, again, that little hole there. So I went ahead and covered the entire wreath. Now for my bows, I did go ahead and take some extra fabric and make like a little bit of a loopy burlap bow. I shared that with you guys in my last porch decorating video, and so I'll link that down below for you guys. And so I just popped the burlap bow on, and then the Dollar Tree bow, and I accented the Dollar Tree bow with some old plaid ribbon that I had, and then even hot glued some little candy cane ornament pieces to the center. You guys know me, I have to go super extra and over the top. So I did 2 mini wreaths on my window and then a larger one in the center. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how you can make a large impact with just these Dollar Tree bows. I have several of the large Dollar Tree bows and then several of the smaller ones. So here is kind of what my flower beds and front porch look like. You can tell that it just, in the flower beds, there's really nothing going on. Everything has just kind of died. I had to clip back all of my roses, so it's just looking a little bit sad on my front porch, which is fine. It's winter. But I did want to jazz it up for you guys because I am going to be sharing with you guys my Christmas home tour. So here's some of the planters. I believe I had basil in this one, but I went to some of my evergreen trees and I just cut off some clippings. So I'm going to take these clippings and I'm going to clip them down and then pop them in to my little planters. Comment and let me know if you guys do this. I think this is a really fun idea. I know also you guys can get clippings at a Lowe's or a Home Depot as well. So I'm just taking my big clippers and then I'm just going to push them into my flower bed planters. And I kind of push them in and around the little plants that were in there. Sometimes my plants will come back. You can never tell what's going to be going on in my garden. But for now, we're just going to go ahead ahead and jazz this up. And this is totally free, finding stuff in your yard and popping it into a flower pot. Or if you guys have greenery on hand, this is perfect. But I am out of greenery, you guys. I've done so much decorating that I don't have any greenery left. And so this was a perfect option. You guys know I'm totally thrifty. And so I did do several of my planters in this style. You can see over there the girls were raking leaves for me. So then once I had the greenery in the planters, I just went ahead and hot glued these bows to a shish kebab stick, pop them in the planters. And then another fun thing to do is to take some of those Dollar Tree candy canes, add a Dollar Tree giant bow, and it just makes it feel really festive. Honestly, I kind of wanted to make it feel like we were in a Hallmark movie. I know that's super corny, but my daughter and I love watching Hallmark movies, and I noticed that they always use a lot of greenery and bows. So here is my little bike before its little Christmas transformation. I did pop a bunch of greenery into the basket. I added some bows, a couple of little Dollar Tree and poinsettias, and there we have it, a very inexpensive kind of over-the-top floral for Christmas without spending hardly any. And then there's that Dollar Tree Santa ho 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 sign. How adorable. Now I will need to spray him with some Never Wet, I believe is what it's called, to get him to stay better through the season. But I think this is just looking so fun and festive, again on a budget for sure. So for the next DIY, I'm going to go ahead and fill up another one of these planter beds, again with the same greenery. This one I'm going to make a little bit fuller, and I'm going to add some boxwood clippings too, again just a shrub in my front yard, but I wanted to give it a little bit of dimension. The next thing I did was I took one of the Dollar Tree flag holders from the summertime, and I just took and I added a Dollar Tree sign. And then Mr. Romantic actually reinforced it for me because we do get a lot of wind on our hill with a stake. And so we just drilled a hole through the stake and then ran some wire through it. And then I added, of course, a bow. You guys know me. But here we go. Happy holidays. So this is going to be greeting us when we pop out of our car, and also for all of our guests for the holiday season. I think this is just so happy. And again, it's repurposing some summer goodies to make it into winter goodies. And if you have a stake or a stick laying around that you can pop behind those, if you get a lot of wind, that is also helpful as well. Now the next fun DIY transformation that was very inexpensive was taking some red spray paint and using that to transform my little garden stones leading up to my house. They were just a plain cement color, but I wanted to really give them that holiday sparkle and shine. I thought they looked so adorable. And then for the next DIY, I took a candy cane, a Dollar Tree bow, and some garland, and I wrapped it around my mailbox, and then I wired the candy cane on with some Dollar Tree ornaments, and voila, we have a fabulous mailbox. I also added a bow to the top of that big wreath. Another fun way to jazz up some front porch decor is to take some old pillows and either safety pin or hot glue a tab of ribbon onto them, which I did for these, and then you have a wonderful little holiday pillow and you didn't have to spend any money. Another fun little DIY that I have done is to take some of those Dollar Tree baby blankets and cut some fringe in the fronts of them, and then use that to cover your summer cushions. You guys can see right here I added fringe, and then that kind of razzle dazzled up the front, and it also gave my cat Tinky the most fabulous soft bedding. She loves to sit out there. Those are actually her chairs, and that's her little perch. I also added some candy canes and bows again to some of my planters. Super inexpensive way to really jazz up the front and give your home just a little bit of curb appeal. Another fun thing is to pick up something at your thrift store. I found this little reindeer and I added in some Dollar Tree poinsettias, and voila, we have a fabulous little planter, kind of something you would see in a more high-end boutique store for next to nothing. I think I got the little reindeer for about $2. He has a broken antler at the top, but he was perfect in my opinion. And if you guys take the Dollar Tree poinsettias and kind of cluster them together, you guys can see I've clustered about 3 or 4. It makes them look a little bit more full and not so sparse. So here we are with the front porch jazzed up for the holidays. And I think it is just so fun and festive, and it really is just a happy spot to come home to. I really hope it's given you guys some ideas of how to do some easy, budget-friendly decor. And again, the big garland you see on my front door is from a DIY video that we did. It had, I think, 10 DIYs for your outdoor decor. So definitely go check that out for the garland. I've also DIY'd that snowman wreath if you guys need to check that out. Click on that huge I Love Christmas playlist series. I'm just having so much fun with you guys. I can't wait to share with you my Christmas home tour, as well as more fun and fabulous decor ideas. I love sharing with you guys my little tips and tricks on how to make things happy and fun on a budget. And as always, comment and let me know which was your favorite DIY in this video and which one will you be recreating. It's not all about the decor for the holidays either. Really, it's about spending time with those that you love and having faith and looking to the future with a happy, positive attitude. So I thank you guys. I love this community. I'm so thankful and blessed to have y'all here. I hope you're enjoying this front porch tour and some easy fun DIYs, and you guys are getting super inspired. I can't wait to hear which ones you guys love the best. And there's our little home for the holidays sign. That is my theme for my Christmas this year. My son is a senior, and so he's going to be graduating. And so I really feel like home for the holidays is where it's at in my heart. And he even asked me to make him some banana bread to take to a friend's Thanksgiving a gathering, I guess, that they're having tomorrow before our regular Thanksgiving. So of course, absolutely. If you guys love banana bread too, it's one of my favorite things to make. I made it a couple of videos back for you guys. I do want to share with you guys some other fun recipes too in some of the upcoming videos. I do cook for Thanksgiving. We do all the cooking at our house and we host. And so I have some little fun tips and tricks on how to jazz up some DIY stuffing and different things like that. So I hope to get those out to you definitely before Christmas. Hopefully I can get to cooking in the next couple of days. Gorgeous bow, we are going to start out with 2 rolls of wired Dollar Tree ribbon, a pair of scissors, a pair of wire cutters, and some Dollar Tree wire. We're going to take both of the Dollar Tree ribbon and we're going to just connect them together, and then I'm going to measure how long I want to make my loops by the length of my arm from my hand to my elbow. And you guys, this is about 12 inches, so give or take however large you want your bow to be. Now I'm going to go nice and slow here, so you're going to take that ribbon and you're going to loop it over on itself. And the ribbon is doubled up, but you could use a single ribbon if you wanted. And then I'm going to go ahead and loop it over on itself again. And I'm just going to continue to loop it over on itself, and I'm going to do that 6 times. So you guys can see this is super easy. You're just going to loop it over on itself and then loop it over on itself and then loop it over on itself. Probably the biggest challenge right here is to keep your ribbon from twirling up on itself. And then I'm going to take in the center and I'm just going to fold it in half to make a crease to find my center. So you just fold it in half to find your crease. You've got your center now. Now this is where you're going to take and you're going to cut a little notch on each side where you found that center. Now you're going to see here, you just want to cut a itty bitty tiny notch. Be very, very careful here. You don't want to cut too much of your ribbon or your bow will fall apart. And it's great to start practicing on bows with Dollar Tree ribbon, because if you do cut too much, you haven't lost a whole super ton of expensive ribbon. Again, this is wired ribbon and that helps your bow be nice and fluffy. So now I'm just going to take some of that Dollar Tree wire and I'm going to cut about 24 inches. I want to make it nice and long because then I can tie it on to a Christmas tree or whatever suits my fancy. So I'm just going to twist tie that wire in the center. So see, you can just see I'm just tying it together, and you're just going to kind of twist it several times to make sure it's nice and tight on there. And then this comes the fun part that I absolutely love. I'm going to start fluffing my bow. So I'm just going to begin to pull each loop out, and you can see that I'm kind of twisting the loop as I pull it out. Now you don't have to do that, but that is going to make your bow nice and fluffy. So you can just gently begin to twist out each loop, and you're just going to follow the lines of your ribbon. So it should go, if you use 2 colors, you should go burlap and then red and then burlap and then red and then burlap and red. And you're just going to continue to work with your bow as you go. So it's not going to be perfect when you pull all those loops out. You're going to have to kind of work with it and fluff it around. So you can see I'm just gently pulling out each loop. Now the reason you notch the center part of that ribbon is because that's going to give your wire something to hold on to when you're pulling your loops out. You don't have to notch the ribbon, but sometimes if you pull too hard, that ribbon will pull through. Now I'm going to dovetail my ends for that absolutely perfect boutique gorgeous finish by cutting a little triangle in the end. So you can cut the triangle out, or you can just fold it over on itself and then cut upward. Now be careful if you're using sharp scissors, which you guys can see I have my child safety scissors here because I lost my good bow scissors. Heaven knows where they went in all this Christmas decorating. So here it is, all nice and fluffy and boutique gorgeous. Now I did leave a little bit of ribbon for my tail, so I'm going to go ahead and take that ribbon and just pull it out and then find the center. That's where I want to go ahead and just wire my big bow onto. So you can see I'm finding my center. You can even loop it over on itself if you want to, and then you're just going to go ahead and attach it right here with your wire, and it's easy peasy. So you just use that wire and attach it to the back of your bow. Also make sure you dovetail those ends so you have nice pretty ends. And then voila, you have an absolutely fabulous, gorgeous boutique bow. So here we go again. Make sure you get those nice little finished edges. Here's a fun little finishing touch that I like to do. Just take your ribbon and kind of twist it, and it will make little fun curly cute loops, which I think just gives it that fun little finish. You could also leave it straight if you like that. Now I popped this beautiful bow onto a $3 thrift store wreath. and it looks fabulous and gorgeous. This bow looks absolutely over the moon fabulous. It only cost us $2 with that Dollar Tree ribbon. So I encourage you guys to go for it. I have a bunch more bows to share with you guys, especially that big, beautiful, fluffy bow with all of this beautiful ribbon. Now, I grabbed this ribbon on the Black Friday sale at Michael's, and I'm going to start out with the polka dot ribbon. Again, this is wired ribbon, and I'm just going to take and I'm making 12-inch loops. This is the exact same format that we did in the last bow. So you're just going to loop it over on itself. Now, for this one, I want to make sure that there are 3 loops on each side. You can see I'm counting it. So there should be 6 layers of ribbon total. This is what I call my Olivia bow. So for reference point, the Olivia bow is a triple layered bow, and this is the way that I make it. I start with the 12-inch cut, and then I'm just going to go ahead and make my first little bow. I find my center. I'm going to notch it in the center. Again, that's going to give your wire something to hold on to. And then I'm just going to take some wire and I'm going to add some wire, and that's going to begin my first little loop. Now I'm going to go with my second layer, and this is just some red ribbon, again from Michael's Craft Store. For this loop, I'm making it 14 inches long, and I'm going to make 6 loops here. So it's the same process that we went through with the polka dot ribbon. We're just making it 2 inches longer, and we're just going to continue to loop the ribbon over on itself. Now you choose whatever colors suit your fancy, whatever decor you're going for. I am going to use this for this big, beautiful thrift store tree that I found, and I'm going to use it out in my crafting studio. I want to do a candy cane theme, so I'm super excited about this. Now I'm going to go ahead and make my last set of loops, and this is going to be 16 inches. So I'm taking that candy cane ribbon and I'm looping it over on itself, and I'm just going to continue to do that as I go along. And again, it's going to have 6 loops. So this ribbon is super simple. You're going to do 1 layer of 6 loops of your first ribbon at 12 inches, and then the second layer is going to be 6 loops at 14 inches, and then the third layer is going to be 6 loops at 16 inches. Now I want you guys to comment and let me know, please, do you have any questions about this? I'm so bow challenged, and I came up with this bow after watching so many tutorials, and this was the only one I could figure out how to make layers and loops that looked really, really pretty and over the top, but that wasn't hard for me. So I really hope that you guys try this bow and go for it. I also wanted to let you all know that Michael's has some amazing deals on their ribbon, so definitely use their coupons and watch out for their sales. For this Black Friday ribbon, I got it for about $2 a roll, and it had 75 foot of ribbon on it, so you guys know I go crazy over that. Also look for their after Christmas sales. So now I'm taking all of those ribbon and I'm just layering them on top of each other. The longest loop layer, the candy cane ribbon, is going to be at the bottom, and then the red is in the center, and then the little polka dot is going to be on the top. And so now I'm just making some tails. So I made really long tails for this because it is going to be on my Christmas tree. So it's about 3 feet of tails. But again, you guys do whatever you love and whatever length that you need for your tree. Don't forget to dovetail those ends and make them super nice and extra and fancy. And then I'm just going to find my center. And you guys don't even have to do this many tails, but you guys know I love super fancy and over the top. So I'm going to go ahead and attach the tails to the back of the longest loop of ribbon. So again, this is just an Olivia bow. It's layered on there. Don't be afraid. It's just larger than we normally would make this as far as the length of the ribbon. Again, always please comment and I will do my best to answer all the questions. Now, you want to begin to pull your loops out. Give them a good fluffing. I usually like to pull my loops out from the bottom. So you get those largest ones first, and then as you move towards the top, you can have those larger ones, and then you just need to fluff your ribbon. And you guys know that this is my favorite part, is the ribbon fluffing. And don't be afraid to just continue to work with your ribbon and eyeball unroll it. If you get frustrated, set it down and come back until you get it just how you want it. So here it is after I gave it a wonderful, big, beautiful fluffing. And I actually created 2 of these, and to make that big, gorgeous bow that you guys saw in my profile picture or my thumbnail here, I just attached 2 of these together. So these are just 2 Olivia bows that you're attaching together with the wire. So you had wire that was coming out from each bow, and you'll just take them and twist them together. It's super easy. I cannot wait to see you guys' bows. I know you're going to post them for me on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm so excited to see.
So here is how your big boutique gorgeous bow is going to look after a bit of fluffing. Now you can go ahead and just attach it to your Christmas tree like so. Use the wires that are on there. And what I like to do is attach a bow to one side and then just go ahead and attach your second bow to the other side, and it's going to just make it look so fabulous and so fantastic. And also I would encourage you guys that the secret to a bow is a really, really good fluffing. So just keep fluffing it and playing with it. And again, if you want to fill it out even more, you'll just go ahead and take the bow that you made for the other side. And this is the same bow, and this bow does need a bit of fluffing. So just take this and you can wire it onto the other side of your tree, and then you'll have the most fantastic tree topper.
So I love big bows, and I cannot lie, this Olivia bow is probably by far my favorite combination, with the polka dots and then the red and then the cute little candy cane stripes. So this is the Olivia bow I'm referencing. If I share with you guys how to make one, you'll totally know. So I also want to show you guys this little mat. I believe we got it at Walmart. It was super cheap, but it does help with measurements. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to make another boutique gorgeous bow. This is going to be an Olivia bow with Dollar Tree ribbon. So I'm going to use 3 rolls of Dollar Tree ribbon. This bow will cost you about $3. And I'm starting out making it smaller. So the loops on this one are going to be 10 inches. So I'm starting out with a sparkling sequin ribbon, and I'm going to forewarn you that this ribbon has a ton of fallout. But if you guys love glam and glitter and you want it on the cheap, it's not too bad. You could add some hairspray to it once you're finished making it. But beware, it's going to get stuff everywhere, which for me, Christmas and a little bit of glitter, not too bad. So again, we're going to just find the center of our bow after we've made the little loops, and then make sure always do not cut those loops in too far or your bow will fall apart. So find your center and then cut yourself a piece of little Dollar Tree wire, and then you're going to just go ahead and wire that together. It helps if you kind of pinch that ribbon in so it goes ahead and kind of makes a little bow as you're starting right there. I hope that makes sense. So for the next loop, we're going to do 12-inch loops, and again, you're just going to loop that ribbon over on itself. I believe I was able to get 3 loops on each side, total of 6 for this. And then you're just going to go ahead and find your center. You're going to notch it in the center. Again, very, very careful, teeny tiny notches, like 1/2 inch, not even probably that much less than 1/2 inch, just enough to get your wire something to hang on to. So when you pull those loops out, your ribbon doesn't fall out. And then I'm just going to use this plaid Dollar Tree ribbon, and this is going to be a 14-inch in length. And again, you're going to find your center. Now, I was only able to go over in loops 4 times on this one because this is the larger part of the bow. So I wanted to leave enough to have some tails. So just a little note on that with this Olivia bow for that last one, because the Dollar Tree ribbon is only 9 foot, you're not going to have quite as much. So it's not going to put on quite as big of a show as our last one did. But I will tell you, I was rather pleased with this very sweet little bow. Now, right now, the Dollar Tree Christmas ribbon is very picked over. So this is kind of what I was just able to get. So whatever suits your fancy. Remember, also always use your coupons at your craft stores and watch their sales and ads. And you guys, let's get ready for after Christmas. Save a little bit of tidy bow cash back, because that is the time to buy your ribbon as well. Don't forget to dovetail your ends and just wire this whole bow together. And then we're going to make some tails with our leftover ribbon. I'm just going to dovetail my ends, again cutting that little triangle by folding the ribbon in half and then cutting in an upward direction. Again, always be careful when you're cutting upward. I'm using child safety scissors because I lost my bow scissors. So go ahead and pinch that in the center, and then the wire that you use to make your bow with, you're just going to tie your tails onto. And then voila, you have a very fabulous, gorgeous bow. And you don't have to add tails, mind you. This would be if you were making a wreath or a garland or a Christmas tree. But if you're attaching this maybe to just a present, you may not need all these lovely, luscious little tails. And you could always curl your tails just by twisting the ends of those ribbons, or you can leave them kind of loose and flowing, depending upon what kind of arrangement or garland or tree or whatever suits your fancy that you're going to put this in. But I think that this is one gorgeous Olivia bow. Again, I attached it to that sweet little thrift store wreath, and I think it's beautiful. I almost feel like with the little berries and whatnot, you may not have to add anything more. Of course, I would. I would add a bunch more ribbon and ornaments. But I think this is soft and subtle and really boutique gorgeous on a budget. Now I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree gold ribbon. I'm going to share with you guys how to make an Olivia bow without notches. So here is just another little timestamp of a DIY ribbon. So when I reference this one, you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about. So you're going to take that ribbon and just continue to loop it over on itself. I looped it over on itself several loops, and then I'm just going to find the center, and instead of notching it, I'm going to take a piece of sparkling ribbon and I'm just going to tie it in the center. I actually shared with you guys how to do this bow with my bows in my outdoor Christmas decorate with me video. I used a lot of burlap bows and I needed to make a bow really fast. So I guess this would be kind of like an Olivia bow on the fly, you guys. And so then you can just take that little center ribbon that you use to tie the bow together and add your tails if you're wanting to add some tails. I love this method actually for ribbon that I want to reuse. So this is a really great way to be able to repurpose and reuse your ribbon if you don't want to cut in it. And then I just took some of this bling wrap from dazzle.com and I just added that. I'm going to leave a link below. They have these beautiful jewels and you can buy them in a pack and they're about $1.50 each. So definitely check that out if you guys want to make some super fabulous and dazzling gifts. They also have huge rolls of bling wrap, which I think is really wonderful as well. So here is that package and it is gorgeous. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know that the website is totallydazzle.com. I get it wrong every time. So totallydazzle.com has all this fabulousness. Now, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a shoelace bow. You just tie this bow like you're tying your shoelaces. So you go up with the loop, go in and around the ribbon, and then just pull that other little loop through. I do reference what I call a shoelace bow a lot in my DIYs. This is a quick little finishing bow. I think this is lovely and soft and sweet. You can tie it around a candle. You can do so many lovely things. Always I dovetail my ends to give it that lovely boutique gorgeous finish. And how sweet and simple is this with that Dollar Tree gold sparkling ribbon? I think it looks very elegant and fabulous, and you could even add some bling jewels to the center. And these bows are great to add into your big Olivia bow to finish them off in the center. I do that a lot as well. So for the next DIY, we are going to take some more Michael's ribbon and we are going to make a beautiful bow. And this bow reminds me of my girl Crafts by Caitlin. She has a wonderful DIY crafty channel and she always does a cute little bow kind of like this. So you're just making one loop in the center and then you're tying it off with some of that Dollar Tree wire. And I did double up on this ribbon, but you wouldn't have to do this. this. I love this bow. I think it's elegant and sweet. I love these farmhouse colors. I did a whole huge, beautiful farmhouse tree in my living room with this buffalo check plaid ribbon, which is super on trend this season and so festive. My family had just requested a really fun traditional Christmas, so I went with this. Now I'm just cutting another tail for the other side, and I'm just going to wire it on the back. There might be an easier way to do this. I probably need to go watch some more bow videos, but you guys, I kind of just always come up with what I feel like makes it work. You could also hot glue that little extra tail on there if you wanted. These are great to add to presents or the top of a picture. You can make the tail a little bit shorter to go over maybe one of those little Dollar Tree cute little pictures that they have. They have so many fun little signs. That's what I was meaning to say. And then I'm going to finish it off by just tying a little bit of the burlap ribbon into the center of this bow. Now this is an extra step, but I did want to conceal the bit of wire that I used to tie the bow with. And so I'm just going to hot glue this pretty little piece of burlap to the center. And voila, we have a very elegant and fabulous rustic chic glam bow. Of course, don't forget to give it a good fluffing and dovetail those beautiful ends. And there we have it. Oh my goodness, I think this bow is so adorable, and I will definitely be doing some on a bunch of the packages. My teenagers really like to get clothes for Christmas, and so I'll be using a lot of shirt boxes for some different clothing items that we picked up during some of those Black Friday sales. So here this one is. This is actually under my Christmas tree, and you can see I added the other Dollar Tree bow off to the left and then this other Dollar Tree bow to the right, and they even had that cute little bag at Dollar Tree. My goodness, they're killing it. And then there's just a peek at my Christmas tree. You guys are going to have to go back and watch my Christmas home tour. Had so much fun with that one, sharing that with you guys. And again, DIY, we're going to create a really adorable Santa Please Stop Here sign. So I'm taking one of those little Santa Stop Here templates from Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking some Scotch tape and I'm taping it to this little piece of canvas. You could also repurpose and reuse one of those Dollar Tree seasonal signs by painting it white. And then I'm taking some red spray paint and I'm just going to spray paint over the entire template. You guys could also just use regular craft paint. So here it is after I spray painted it. Now I'm going for kind of that vintage look with this. So I'm just adding some white paint, and I added a huge dollop to the top of this, and I will tell you I probably should have just added it to a plate and painted from there, but I wanted to go ahead and get to work on this. So I went ahead and used the white paint and I went all the way around it, and then I'm adding back in some brown paint to kind of give it just that vintage look, maybe like it was a little bit of wood. I'm not totally for sure, but I just wasn't crazy about the amount of red that came out. And the spray paint also was a gloss spray paint. Don't use gloss spray paint, use a matte spray paint. But again, I robbed it from Mr. Romantic spray paint stash, and this was all we had on hand. So I just wanted to kind of use what I had. So here I am just going ahead and just kind of using some paint to go in and around the entire sign. And then I want to go ahead and take some really adorable candy stripe ribbon. I found this at Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree also does carry a pretty little candy striped ribbon as well. So I'm just going to take this ribbon and I'm going to hot glue around the little sign to kind of give it a little bit of a frame. So now I'm just going to cut the ribbon in half because I didn't want to waste it. So I'm just going to hot glue all the way around the edge, and then I'm going to add the super adorable little candy stripe ribbon around the edge of this. Again, I really wanted this to feel almost like a kiddo had written a letter to Santa, but I wanted to go above our cookies and milk. We always leave out cookies and milk for Santa Claus, and we also have a Santa Pops that visits the house on Christmas Eve, which is pretty fantastic as well. I'll try to definitely share some footage of our Santa Pops. He was at our house last year baking with the kids, so Santa Pops is a pretty fabulous addition to our Christmas. So anyway, I'm just going ahead and edging this again with that really cute little candy stripe ribbon. And then I did go ahead and edge the top as well. Again, you guys get creative with this. You could also use any color that you're going for your decor. So if you're doing muted colors, you could do grays, you could do pinks, you could do purples, oranges, whatever decor style you have for Christmas. Definitely use those type of ribbons and colors. And just remember, have fun with this. Try not to be too super perfect. At first, I was a little nervous about this DIY, but as I kept on crafting, I feel like it was kind of like a Bob Ross painting. It was kind of like a little bit of a happy little accident. So anyway, comment and let me know if you guys know where I'm coming from with that. So a couple of months ago, actually, I had also picked up this super adorable little Hobby Lobby vintage Santa print paper. I knew I would use it for the holidays, and it was only $1/4. So definitely check out their little scrap paper. So I went ahead and cut out 2 of the vintage Santas. Again, you guys could use pretty much any little holiday cutout that you have on hand. And I just went ahead and glued the little vintage Santa to the top here. Again, I really wanted to kind of look kind of vintage chic, that maybe, you know, any age could do something like this. Comment and let me know, how am I doing here with this? So here it is after the whole shindig, and we got it ready to roll. I did go ahead and add into these little bows. They had some kind of evergreen sprouting off the side of it. They were actually off of my Dollar Tree deer reindeer ornaments. I'm using them in a different DIY, but of course I love to repurpose and reuse, and actually I feel like this gave it a really cute little vintage touch, and voila, here we go. Santa, please stop here at our house. Definitely hoping for that. So for Santa, we love to set out milk and cookies and even some hot cocoa, and oh my goodness, it looks like Santa found some of my cookies. So maybe he actually is going to be stopping here again for the holidays, not just to be munching on my cookies. So check this out. This is so adorable, and I'm so excited for just these fun DIYs. So now I have to tidy up my area, and I am crushing on this acorn spice from Mrs. Meyer's. I get it off the Grove Collaborative website, and I do have a 5-piece free gift set. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be linked in the description box below. So now I'm just going to take my little Santa. This is just a little planter type pail that I found at Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to take 2 of those Dollar Tree Christmas trees. This is a secret little way that I love to make the Dollar Tree Christmas trees appear just a little bit fuller. Just take them, pop them in some styrofoam, whatever container you love, and then take them and kind of wind them around each other, and that gives the appearance that they're just a little bit bigger. And I did have to reposition this as well, and I did hot glue the styrofoam to the base of the little Santa pail. So I'm really loving this so far, and this is a super fun little idea for a kid's room, or just maybe a smaller space, a kitchen counter, or your office, or whatever floats your boat. So now I did go ahead and use some of that Dollar Tree candy stripe mesh, and I'm just cutting 16-inch pieces. What I want to do is create some little poofs to kind of tie into this tree to really doll it up and kick it up a notch. These would also be really fun to make if you guys are doing craft fairs or for a little teacher gift. They would be great for a little classroom. So just take and roll your mesh bundles into just little curls. So you just take and you curl them up. It's super easy. And then you take a pipe cleaner and you're just going to pipe cleaner them right onto your Christmas tree. And don't be afraid of that deco mesh, you guys. I promise it's super forgiving. You can't go wrong with this, especially when you just do the rolls. You guys can see I'm just taking it and rolling it into a little curl and then pinching it between my fingers, add a little pipe cleaner, and voila, you have a ton of fun little dazzling poofs. Okay, so for this Christmas tree, I wanted to let you guys know that I did use 2 rolls of the Dollar Tree white with little red candy stripe mesh. But again, you guys, use whatever colors you have and whatever planters you're going for. So maybe you already have a little planter at home that you could paint to match whatever Christmas decor you're using. Try to use what you already have on hand. I definitely always encourage that. So I just went ahead and created a bunch of those little poofs, and then I'm tying them into this adorable little tree with the pipe cleaners. So now I'm going to go ahead and create a quick little Olivia bow. You're just going to take and you're going to loop the ribbon over on itself, and I looped it over on itself twice, as you guys can see, and then I'm just going to pinch it in the center, and I'm going to go ahead and take another pipe cleaner and just wire that together in the center and then tie it right onto my Christmas tree. And you guys have fun with this. Again, use whatever colors that you love and that you have, and then once you get your little Olivia bow ready, and you guys can notice that I didn't notch it. I'm trying to repurpose and reuse some of my ribbon this year, so I may not be notching all of it, but if you notch it in the center like I've shown you guys before, it does help you poof it out a little bit better. So anyway, I did go ahead and just poof this out by pulling out each loop, and then I used a little bit of that extra tail to kind of create a loop at the top. And here it is. Oh my goodness, so sparkling, so adorable. I did take some of that Dollar Tree candy cane ribbon and kind of cascade it down the fronts and sides of the tree just to give it that little extra pizzazz that you guys know that I absolutely love. I think this is so fun and adorable, and just a great way to add some pops of color to your holiday decor. And of course, you guys know Santa Claus loves those chocolate chip cookies, so definitely don't forget to set out some milk and cookies or hot cocoa for Santa on Christmas Eve. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create a super adorable little peppermint ornament. So I'm just taking a red and white pipe cleaner, and I added some hot glue to the end, and then I'm just going to take and I'm going to begin to wind it into a little circle to kind of make it look like a peppermint. Now this doesn't have to be perfect, so I wound it a couple of times and then I added some hot glue. Be careful if you're doing this, if you're sensitive to getting burns easily. I am using a low temp glue gun, so that really does help me because I can be kind of messy with my glue, but it is a little bit tedious to hot glue in these little super small spots. So I did just go ahead and loop it around several times until I got the right size, and I did trim off the excess because I didn't want it to be too oversized for this smaller tree. And then I want to go ahead and take some Dollar Tree. These are the little straws. You find them in the food storage aisle. That's where my store has them. And then I'm just hot gluing this to the top of this, and then I want to trim it off. What I want to create is a cute little lollipop ornament. I think this looks super adorable, but you guys know I have to go a little extra and add a cute little candy cane ribbon. Again, the sky is the limit, you guys. Whatever colors you love, use that color pipe cleaner and create whatever kind of colors. I think these would be absolutely adorable to do in pinks, whites, blues, purples. I definitely may even be creating more as the season goes along, and I share with you guys different styles and colors of decor for Christmas. So here they are popped onto the super adorable little Christmas tree. These are oh so fun and very, very budget friendly, and I really feel like it gives it kind of that custom boutique finished look. I feel like this looks really high end and actually not something that you would see coming from the Dollar Tree. Comment, let me know what you guys think. And do you guys do a candy cane theme? This is the first year I've ever done anything candy cane themed, but I thought it'd be so super adorable for my kitchen. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take again some of those little party straws, and this was one straw that I cut into 3 pieces, and then I have some of those little Dollar Tree pom-poms, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hot glue the pom-pom to the top of the little straw. I'm going to create another little candy piece, but this time it's going to be kind of more of like a sucker. This kind of reminds me a little bit of Whoville from Dr. Seuss, like a little bit of a Dr. Seuss type ornament. So anyway, again, you guys think you can use whatever colors that you have, and then of course I am going to go ahead and create a bow. So when I tie a bow for these little smaller ornaments, I just tie it kind of like I would be tying a shoelace. So I just take it and loop it over and pull it through, and then I want to make it really small, and that can be a little bit tricky. So if you find little pre-made bows already done, that can be really fun if you're doing craft fairs, because bow tying can be a little bit time consuming. exciting. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and hot glue that bow underneath our little sucker piece, and this is going to create some really fun, very inexpensive ornaments for your little candy cane Christmas tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to repurpose and reuse that little mesh tube. So I'm going to take and I'm going to hot glue this ribbon to it. This is that candy stripe ribbon that I found at Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree does carry a smaller candy striped ribbon that you guys saw me use to make bows on those ornaments. So I'm just going to go ahead and twist it and hot glue it. I want to create like an oversized little candy piece to set underneath my tree. I thought that would be super adorable and just super fun to kind of tie in. I will probably end up making some of these also for my larger tree in my living room if I go with the candy stripe, or maybe out in my little Christmas studio. Now I'm poking the excess ribbon into the end of each side of the little mesh tube roll. And these would also be great. I showed you guys in the last DIY video how to make these using toilet paper rolls and Dollar Tree baby blankets. So now I'm just taking some of those tiny little pom-poms and I'm adding those to the center of the bow just to kind of finish it off again, and going with that kind of Whoville look. And again, you guys could also use bling, would be really cute to use on the end of this, like some little bling jewels just to jazz it up just a bit. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take 2 of the Dollar Tree candy canes, and these come in a package, I believe, of 6 or 10, and I'm just going to hot glue this little piece of white evergreen to the front of it. This is a great way to repurpose and reuse some evergreen that maybe has fallen off of a project, or if you just have extra. And then I did have an extra ribbon piece, so I'm just going to use it to tie this candy cane together to give it a little bit of added security. I just tied it in a knot. And then I'm taking those cute little Dollar Tree wooden sticker DIY pieces, and I used the little sparkling stocking. I thought that was super cute. Again, you guys could get super creative with this. How adorable is this with the little oversized candy piece and the little candy cane to set next to your hot cocoa mug that you're going to set out for Santa. And I have had a lot of you guys ask me about the I Love Cocoa mugs. They were actually from the Goodwill, so I didn't buy those retail, but if I find some, I will try to link some in my Amazon store. So here it is in all of its glory, oh so ready for Santa. I love Santa, please stop here, and I love cocoa, oh my goodness, and how cute is this adorable Christmas tree. Now, as always, I ask that you guys comment and let me know, what is your favorite DIY? Will you be doing these with your kiddos or your grandkids? I'd love to hear your feedback on what's going on. And also don't forget to catch up on my I Love Christmas series. I'll link the playlist down below. Also my I Love Fall playlist. I had over 100 Dollar Tree DIYs to share with you guys. So I found this beautiful wreath on the Pier 1 website. It was $59.99, and I decided that we could create one using Dollar Tree items. So we're going to use several bundles of those Dollar Tree shatterproof ornaments, and we're going to take a piece of that Dollar Tree floral wire, and we're just going to string the ornaments onto the floral wire. Now, sometimes the ornaments will pop off the top, so you could always add a little bit of hot glue to the tops of the ornaments if you needed to. So what you guys can see is I'm just going every other one. I'm stringing on the sparkly ones and then just the matte colored ones. And you guys could also use the red Dollar Tree shatterproof ornaments if you want to do it exactly like the one on the Pier 1 website. But I love these Dollar Tree Tree champagne ornaments. I think they're beautiful and just oh so perfect for a bit of a sparkle and shine if you're going for a bit of a glam Christmas. Now you guys can see I'm also securing these in here by just adding a couple more of the ornaments to kind of fill in any blank spaces, and just get creative with this and also be patient. They tend to kind of pop off, so I decided to add some of these little Dollar Tree poinsettia clips to the center. That's going to secure them even a little bit more. If you guys have any tips for me on this, definitely let me know, because I did have some of them pop off and that was kind of a little bit irritating, but it was well worth it in the end. I can't wait till you guys see the finished product. So here it is after I have the ornaments on and the little poinsettia clips. Now we're just going to take two of those Dollar Tree Christmas trees, and we're going to use these Christmas trees to create our evergreen wreath base. So what you want to do is use the Christmas tree at the top and then some of those little Dollar Tree wire garland picks, and you're just going to take the wire garland picks and wire your Christmas tree right on to your wreath form. It's super easy. You can just choose really any spot. You want to add about 3 of the picks to wire it on. That way it makes it nice secure, because you don't want your little Christmas trees to pop off. You can also use the Christmas tree limbs and kind of bundle them around the wire wreath form as well. So this is what your wreath should look like on one side after you've added the Christmas tree to one side. And we are going to fill in some of those blank spaces with some more of those little wired garland greenery pieces. So now we're going to take the other Dollar Tree tree and we're just going to wire that on again with those garland pieces. I love these little wired garland pieces. I never used any of them last year, but I am going to use the heck out of them this year. They were so handy, and there was 10, I believe, in a pack. So now I'm taking some of the extra ones that I had left over in that pack, and I'm just adding some hot glue in and around the ornaments to kind of secure them in just a little bit more, and then popping some of that evergreen in as well. Here is what it should look like after you're finished with that process, and you guys totally get creative with this. Add whatever colors you want. If you love pink glam Christmas, do pink glam. If you love farmhouse, go for kind of a farmhouse Christmas. Now we're going to make an Olivia bow for the top. So you're going to take your Dollar Tree silver ribbon and you're just going to loop it over on itself. And I wanted to make this nice and slow because I wanted everybody to kind of see the process. So you just loop your ribbon over on itself several times until you see 2 loops on either side of your bow, and you're going to fold it in the center, and then you can take a pipe cleaner and you'll just pipe cleaner it together. So we want to make a triple layered Olivia bow here, and I didn't notch the ribbon because this is going to be a larger bow and I don't feel like it needed to be notched, and it also might help some of you guys in the ribbon bow making process. So again, we're doing this again the exact same way. We're just looping the ribbon over on itself. Now I am using this thinner kind of sheer ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I picked this up in a huge pack so I could do a ton of DIYs for you guys. Again, you just do 2 loops on each side, and then you're going to fold it in the center to find your center, and then we're just going to add that on to the pipe cleaner. So I'm untwisting that first pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to add this one back on and then give it a little bit of a twist, and then we're going to add one more layer. So this is a little bit of a thinner silver ribbon, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just looping it over on itself, and then I'm going to loop it over on itself again, and then loop it over on itself again. And also I want to let you know that the length of the measurements of this ribbon was 14 inches for the first layer, and then 13 inches for the next layer, and then 12 inches for that last layer. Now usually I don't get very precise about my bows, but I really wanted this bow to be the centerpiece focal point of this wreath, kind of like it was on that Pier 1 wreath. So now we're just going to take the pipe cleaner and we're going to wire our beautiful bow on, and this is my favorite part in the whole wide world when it comes to the fluffing time. So really give your bow a really nice fluffing to make it really boutique gorgeous. Okay, so here is our beautiful wreath, and I decided to go ahead and add tails to each side of the wreath. So I'm just taking two pieces of ribbon, and they're cut kind of long, and then I'm just adding them over to each side of my wreath, and you can see them kind of trailing down. This step is definitely optional. Do what is in your budget, and then you can just kind of take it and curl it up. You could also wind it in and out of the greenery, but I just chose to kind of loosely curl these. I thought it looked really pretty. Comment and let me know if you guys have any questions on how to create this bow or how we made this wreath. I wanted to make this tutorial very easy for you guys and hopefully very informative, but I really love how this came out. It's so soft and elegant. I'm definitely going to keep it in my Christmas studio for now, but I cannot wait to begin decorating my home for Christmas. So here is another shot of it. I just think it really came out fabulous. It's very, very budget friendly. And of course, you guys remember to use what's in your stash as far as ribbon is concerned and also what your budget allows. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create an adorable snowman out of one of those Dollar Tree pumpkin Halloween topiary signs. So I'm just taking some white paint and I want to cover my entire snowman form with white paint. And I did do 2 coats of white paint, and then I just picked up one of those felt ornament kits and I went ahead and added in the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and then the little snowman arms. Now you guys could definitely use whatever felt or fabric that you have at home. I also wanted to let you know I reinforced the arms with some popsicle sticks back behind that felt, and then I'm just painting the little snowman hat black. Again, you guys paint it pink, blue, orange, green, purple, whatever color you want your snow person to be. So now I'm just taking and I'm adding in some Mod Podge to the front of my little snowman, and I'm adding some Epsom salt on the top of that. I really wanted to make him or her glitter up and sparkle and shine. I think this is definitely going to be a snow lady because I did go pretty over the top with the bow. So I'm taking some of those little Dollar Tree snowflake ornaments and I'm using that for the button just to kind of doll it up just a bit. And then I wanted to go ahead and add a little scarf. I'm using some of that buffalo check plaid fabric. I thought this was absolutely adorable. I just tied it around her neck, and then I did go ahead and scissor it in the center, and then I kind of decided that wasn't the way I wanted to go, but I ended up making some little yarn bobs for the end, so it ended up being perfect. Now I'm just adding a cute little bow to the top of her hat. Again, you guys get creative. Use whatever you have and whatever colors you're going to be doing for this season. I added in some of those sweet little Dollar Tree green berries to the top of her hat to give it kind of a bit of a dolled up look. And then I'm just making some little yarn puffs. You just take yarn. I found this yarn at the thrift store. You wind it around your finger, and then all you have to do is take it off of your finger after you wind it around many, many, many times here. And then I do also use yarn. I'll just tie it in the center, and then to make the little puffy ball, you're just going to cut that yarn. And so I added little puffy yarn balls to the end of the little scarf, and then also to her hat, just to give her some added detail. And then I added some green berries to the center of her little snowflake button ornaments. But look at how adorable she came out. It's a beautiful sign. You guys could use this next to your Christmas tree and any lovely holiday decor. And what I love about this is the colors are a bit muted and neutral, so it will transition into after Christmas as well. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a super adorable little gnome. Now I repurposed the base of this gnome. It was a Dollar Tree little candle holder, and then I'm taking one of those pieces of styrofoam that you can find at Dollar Tree in this kind of cone shape, and then I'm just using one of those Dollar Tree baby blankets, and I'm going to wrap it around the base of my little cone. I also did poke a hole in the top of my styrofoam cone, and that's where I'm going to push the excess fabric into. So you're just going to hot glue around the base of your cone, and then you're just going to go ahead and fold the fabric under to make a nice little clean edge. So this is really fun and really easy, and you can always fix any mistakes with just a dab of ribbon if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and take and hot glue the little edges here and make sure it's nice and pretty, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it, and up at the top again, like I said, I poked a little hole in the top, and that made it just the perfect spot to go ahead and push that extra fabric through. Check this out. I just love it when DIYs work out well. Comment and let me know if you guys are with me on that. Sometimes it can get a little wacky. So now I'm just using some Mod Podge, and I'm covering the base of that candle holder. This was just a fall candle holder that I had left over. I didn't end up using it, so I just painted it white with several coats of white paint, and now I really want to dull it up, so I'm going to add some Mod Podge, and then I'm going to add Epsom salt over that because I want the little gnome to kind of appear to be like a little snowy gnome. I went to a boutique over the weekend and found the most beautiful gnomes, and so I'm actually creating this for my daughter for her bedroom. So I'm just adding some hot glue to the top of my little votive candle holder, and then I'm adding my little cone to the top of that, and then I did add some of those little Dollar Tree white pom-poms for the top of the little gnome's hat, and then I had to add the little gnome nose right here with another little pom-pom. Now to make the gnome's beard, I just cut a piece of cardboard and I'm wrapping this little thrift store yarn around it. This is just some white yarn I found at the thrift store. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off now that I wrapped it around many times, and then I'm going to cut one side, and that's going to be the little gnome's beard. And then I'm going to take another piece of yarn and tie that off. And these are so fun to make. You guys could totally make these with your kiddos or your grandkids, or just for your home if you guys are into the little gnome look. I think it came out so adorable, and they are definitely hot this season. I've seen gnomes everywhere at TJ Maxx and the boutique stores, and they're definitely a bit pricey, so definitely making your own is well worth it. So I just added some little gnome arms with the little puffy balls, and here it is. I think it's so absolutely cute and adorable, and again, you guys could customize this to whatever colors you love and whatever colors you're using for this season. I think it looks so adorable with my little snow lady. And then for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take an extra happy fall sign that I had left over, and I just went ahead and painted this entire fall sign white. I did accidentally lose the original painting footage of this, but just go ahead and paint it all white all the way around the entire sign, and then leave your little red truck unpainted, or you guys could paint it pink or orange or green or purple, whatever you love. And then I'm adding some Mod Podge, and then again another little layer of Epsom salt. That's going to give it kind of that really pretty snowy look. I created a double layered Olivia bow, and then I am adding that to the top of this sign. I wanted it to cover over those Hello Fall letters, and I want to use this actually as kind of like a large oversized ornament on my tree. I found this huge Christmas tree this weekend at the thrift store, and so I'm going to need some really large ornaments for it. It was only $10. It was a steal of a deal. Now none of the lights worked, but anyway, back to the DIY. So I did add some ornaments into the center of this just to kind of give it a little bit of a glam sparkling look. I'm really going for a glam chic with a bit of a rustic farmhouse thrown in there. And here it is on my flocked tree. I think it's absolutely fabulous and oh so adorable, and a great way to repurpose and reuse some of your fall decor. Maybe you bought a couple of extra signs, or maybe you have some little red truck decor that could use some dolling up. So here it is, oh so fabulous and ready for a sparkling Christmas. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm just taking a toilet paper roll, and then I'm using some of that extra Dollar Tree baby blanket, and I want to create a cute little kind of sparkling candy cane present. So I just wrapped the fabric around the toilet paper roll, and these are super fun to make. They make great ornaments. You can even make them into poppers if you wanted, and I'm just tying off the end on each sign with some of that extra yarn that I had, and then I did go ahead and make some yarn poofy balls. or some little yarn pom-poms. That's what they should be called. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make those pom-poms by wrapping it around my hand a gazillion times, and then I'm going to pull it off, cut that at the end, and then tie the center. This is how I make my pom-poms. Comment and let me know if you guys have a different way, or I would love to hear how you guys make them. And then I just trim off each side, and voila, there we have it. We have a fabulous and gorgeous little pom-pom, and it's going to go perfectly on the end of this fake present. Now again, I really want to find a way to make lots of homemade ornaments for this season to decorate my tree. So I thought this was really fun and a great way to repurpose and reuse fabrics and toilet paper rolls. So now I'm just making a cute little bow with this candy cane ribbon that I found at Dollar Tree. I love this. I think it's so beautiful, and it adds just that perfect subtle pop of color that I'm going to be going for. And so I did add one to each side, and then I added some of those little tiny Dollar Tree pom-poms to the center. And here it is in my little frosted tree. I think it came out so beautiful. I even thought I could add something to the center of this, but I wasn't for sure. Comment and let me know if you guys have any ideas about what would be cute in the center of that package. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm taking some of those little wired garland pieces, again, that you guys know I'm totally crushing on right now, and I just added 3 to the center of this, and then I'm going to twist tie it in the center with one of those little twist ties. And then I'm taking some of those little Dollar Tree straws. I like these little candy cane colors, but they do come in all different kinds. You can see them at party supply stores, at Dollar Tree, at the Target Dollar Spot. So I just twist tied that onto here, and then I'm going to take one of those peace. They have peace, joy, and I can't remember the other saying, but they have those little letters and words again at Dollar Tree. I love this piece. I just think that's so simple and so sweet. And then I added this beautiful little ribbon to the bottom, again, to kind of give it that pop of color with a little bit of candy cane theme. This would be fun if you guys are doing a candy cane themed tree, or you just want some, add some pops of red. And then I'm adding in some more little straws to the top. So I think total I use 2 to 3 straws maybe. Again, just to add some more dimension to the top of this ornament, and voila, here we go. We have a beautiful little piece ornament. You could also repurpose and reuse some of your signs from fall. I know I have some I didn't use, I believe Harvest and Thankful and Welcome. Those would make really fun ornaments, I think, and you could pass that off for Christmas. And here it is on the Christmas tree. I think it's looking oh so fabulous. So here are our beautiful sparkling ornaments. I hope you guys love this, and as always, please, please, please comment and let me know which one is your favorite and which one are you going to recreate. I always love to hear what catches your eye and what you guys think that you could be up for doing. So anyway, thank you guys again, and I just love you so, so, so much. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take a Dollar Tree beach ball and a Dollar Tree baby blanket, and I'm just going to wrap the beach ball with the baby blanket, and then I'm going to use a pipe cleaner to tie the top. So I just wrapped the pipe cleaner around the top, and then I twisted it about 2 to 3 times, and then you're going to want to cut off the excess of your fleece baby blanket. I did save that excess for a future DIY. You guys know me, I love to recycle and reuse. So I'm also using up some ribbon from my ribbon stash. This is just some burlap ribbon that I looped together, and then I'm using some Dollar Tree silver ribbon. Again, I'm just taking it and looping it over on itself and using the pipe cleaner to twist them together. Then I want to take some of that buffalo check plaid ribbon that I hauled from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to make a small Olivia bow. So you just take your ribbon and you loop it over on itself. Make sure you have 2 loops on each side, and then trim it off, and then I'm just going to tie it on to this entire lovely little bow here. So you guys get creative with this. Use whatever kind of fabric you have in your crafty fabric stash, and also this is a great way to repurpose and reuse ribbons. So I put a big giant bow on one side, and then I'm adding in another Olivia bow to the other side. So you just loop the ribbon over on itself a couple of times here, pinch it together in the middle with some pipe cleaners, and voila, you have another ribbon for the other side of your oversized ornament. And I'm just using the pipe cleaner to tie it on. You can also hot glue it or use floral wire as well. The next step in creating our oh so fabulous ornament is to add some sprigs of evergreen. Dollar Tree sells evergreen, or you can also use an old Christmas tree branch like I'm using. And I'm just using this to kind of fill in and around some of the dead spaces, just to give it some fullness and that extra razzle dazzle that you guys know that I love to do. I'm also taking some of those Dollar Tree silver mini ornaments, and I'm going to use these to pop in to just give them a little bit of extra sparkle and shine. You guys know me, I love my sparkle and shine, and look at how fabulous this turned out. This is such a great way to repurpose and reuse some things that you may already have. Some beach balls from the summer, some old fabric, and some ribbons that you guys may have left over in your craft stash as well. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to create another fabulous ornament. This time I'm going to use one of those Dollar Tree carvable pumpkins. So I removed the top and then I poked a hole in the top of this pumpkin, and then I'm just going to take this scarf. This is a Dollar Tree scarf. It's a really cute little buffalo check plaid scarf, but again, you guys use whatever fabric you have in your stash. So I just went ahead and used the buffalo check plaid scarf all over the entire pumpkin, and then I'm using some of this cute little Dollar Tree ho 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 ribbon. I'm going to create a double layered Olivia bow. Just take that ribbon, loop it over on itself to where you have 2 loops on each side, and then you'll just pinch it in the center with that pipe cleaner, and that's going to create your fun and fabulous bow. Now the secret to my bows are definitely loads of fluffing. Now I just want to take and fill in the center part of my carvable pumpkin slash a fabulous ornament with some evergreen branches. Again, Dollar Tree does have the little evergreen branches, or you can use an old Christmas tree branch, and that works just perfectly. So go ahead and add loads of little evergreen sprigs to the top, and then you can hot glue your bow to one side. Now I love to how this look as it was coming along, but you guys know me, I have to go super extra, so I decided to add another bow to the other side. This is again a double layered Olivia bow, and I just went ahead and added that pipe cleaner to the center. I did notch it just a little bit. That helps you kind of fluff it. I do have a big bow tutorial if you guys want to check that out. So I'm just going to add the bow to this side using some hot glue, and then I grabbed one of those little red truck ornaments, again, that I hauled in my last Dollar Tree haul. If you guys need to know kind of some of the craft supplies that I'm going to be using for upcoming DIYs, definitely check that video out. It will be linked in the I Love Christmas series down below. So I also decided to go a little bit extra and use the rest of this ribbon, and I just kind of made a little loop here and hot glued it onto the base, and then I added some evergreen. I wanted to kind of extend this ornament out to kind of give it a little bit of dimension, to kind of distract maybe from the pumpkin-y shape of it, but really it was just kind of more of an oval. And then I also had some of this Dollar Tree polka dot ribbon in my stash. I went ahead and added that in as well, and I think this just came out so absolutely over the moon fabulous. Absolutely perfect if you guys are decorating in kind of that rustic farmhouse look. And also, if you guys did not find the buffalo check plaid scarves at Dollar Tree, Walmart does have a lot of that buffalo check plaid fabric in their stores right now. So here it is on the tree. I had this on my flocked Christmas tree. Again, I did buy this Christmas tree at Walmart, but it looked just perfectly all nestled down in, and these larger ornaments are absolutely amazing to fill out your Christmas tree decor. So for the next Dollar Tree Christmas DIY, we're going to create a fabulous, sparkling, girly glam ornament. I'm taking one of those Dollar Tree jumbo ornaments, and then I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree gold glitter ribbon. I'm going to create a large bow. Again, this is one of those Olivia bows, and I refer to it as Olivia bow just so you guys can kind of know, if you've been following me, how I make these bows. Super easy. You just loop it over on itself, twist tie the center, and then pull pull those little loops out. And then I do love to dovetail my ends by cutting the little triangle. I think that gives it a really nice boutique finish. So I went ahead and hot glued that on, and a lovely subscriber sent this beautiful pink sparkling ribbon to me. Oh my goodness, it's so gorgeous. I hated to almost to use it. Do you guys do that? Do you like to hoard up your prettiest ribbon? But I thought it would be perfect for this because I am going to do a pastel tree somewhere in my house. I'm not for sure, but I did go ahead and add another Olivia bow with that pink ribbon, and then I'm just adding some evergreen into the center. I was really hoping that this would go for kind of that really beautiful Victorian-esque, how they have those big fancy ornaments. And then I'm taking some of that Dollar Tree. This is the Peace and Joy ribbon, and I'm making a really small little thin Olivia bow with this, and this is great to layer into projects to give them, again, a little bit of added dimension with just that smaller pretty ribbon. So I went ahead and added it to one side, and then I decided also to make some more loops and add it to the other side just to give it that big overflowing package feel. And then I had some Dollar Tree green berries, so I added some green berries into the center as well. Again, the sky is the limit. I love to dig into my craft stash when I'm making these style of ornaments and really go to town. You guys could add really cool vintage jewels. You could add more ornaments like I am. So I'm taking some of those Dollar Tree gold mini ornaments and I'm adding those in. Those are a really fun way. I think there's 10 to 12 in a package of these, and they're really great to add to smaller arrangements or ornaments or just whatever suits your fancy, but they really give that pop of sparkle and shine, and they make a great filler. So here it is. Oh, so gorgeous and fabulous, you guys. I'm so totally crushing on this one. It's so beautiful and pink and perfect if you're decorating for that kind of girly glam with that shabby chic aesthetic. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to repurpose and reuse some of the velvet pumpkins that I bought a couple too many of. So I'm taking that fleece baby blanket again. I had some more of these in my stash, and I just want to go ahead and wrap this beautiful little velvet pumpkin. Now, I'm really excited to let you guys know too, no velvet pumpkins were harmed in this DIY. And if you want to go back to the velvet pumpkins at the end of the holiday season, all you would have to do would be to just unwrap the little twist tie. The velvet or the baby blanket might not be in the best of shape if you glue on top of it, but you still have your beautiful pumpkin underneath. Just a little side note if you guys are crazy crafter recyclers like me. So I did add some of that Dollar Tree little burlap fall ribbon and then just some more sprigs of greenery. I really wanted to make a rustic looking ornament for this one. I think these pumpkins really are a really nice size, and again, I really recommend doing some of these larger ornaments if you like to decorate and have a really big full tree, because they're really going to bring the wow factor. And again, you guys can really reuse some of the crafts that are in your stash. So you can see now I'm just using another pipe cleaner on the other side. I was trying to kind of challenge myself to use the least amount of hot glue on this one. So I'm just using that pipe cleaner to wrap the little burlap onto this ornament, and then I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off. And then I did go ahead and add in some evergreen, again just wrapping it with the little pipe cleaner. And that worked pretty well. It probably would have helped too if I would have had maybe green pipe cleaners, because then I had that white kind of pipe cleaner left popping out. So you can also take a little ornament hanger and pop that into the fleece. It goes really well in there, and then you'll have a little hanger for the top of your ornament. Or if you're like me, sometimes I'll just gently set my ornaments down into the tree. So again, I'm making a little double layered Olivia bow. You just take that ribbon, loop it over over on itself twice, pinch it in the center, and then wrap it with that pipe cleaner. And then you'll just fluff those little loops out, add a dab of hot glue, and you're good to go. I love this ribbon. The buffalo check plaid ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. I also know that I have been having some of you guys tell me that they have it at Walmart. So comment and let me know if you've seen it at Walmart, and if so, how much is it? So Dollar Tree also carries these really cute little pom-poms. I did pick up a package for some of my DIY projects. I was looking at using red for some red berries, but I decided to go still with more of the neutral theme because I do know I'm going to do a buffalo check plaid neutral tree. I will do a traditional red tree as well, but I just thought for this one it'd be really cute to use the little white pom-poms, almost like it's like little snowballs in there. So that would also be cute to do a snowball tree. Comment and let me know also, how many Christmas trees do you guys decorate with in your home? The sky is the limit in my head and my heart. I just don't think I would have like enough room to decorate every single room, but I don't know, you guys, this might be the year I just really go to town and do a ton of Christmas trees. So for the next Dollar Tree Christmas DIY, I'm going to wrap another one of those velvet pumpkins. This time I'm using some of that buffalo check plaid fabric that I had left over from recovering my chair. Again, I got this fabric at Walmart. I did have some questions about the fabric. It is a little bit thin, but you could not see the color of the velvet pumpkin underneath. And again, no velvet pumpkin was harmed in the making of this little Christmas ornament. I did add some of that Dollar Tree burlap to the top, and then I'm just hot gluing some little sprigs of evergreen. This is definitely going to go on my cute little farmhouse glam girl tree that I'm going to be creating. I'm really excited to decorate for Christmas this year. So again, I'm just popping in some evergreen and I'm hot gluing and then just adding the sprigs of evergreen in and around the top of this. I thought this was so cute, and I think it would be really fun to do one of these for maybe a friend for their office or maybe a teacher for her desk. I think that would be super fun because these little pumpkins sit flat, so they can act as an ornament, but they can also sit flat, so you could almost make them into a really cool holiday arrangement. I did add another bow to the other side of this because you guys know me, I love big bows and I cannot lie. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY Christmas ornament, I am going to do the same thing again, just cover this with that fleece baby blanket, but this time I want to go for a glam girl ornament. So I'm using some of the Dollar Tree silver ribbon. I'm making a double layered Olivia bow. Again, just 2 layers, pinch it in the center, and then add your little pipe cleaner. I want to go totally glam for this one with lots of sparkle and shine, which I do love to do some glam at Christmas time. You guys definitely, I would love to hear what your style is for Christmas. Do you love glam? Do you love farmhouse, shabby chic? Red, traditional, there's so many styles out there. I just think it's such a fun time of year to decorate. So I did 2 double layered Olivia bows on either side of this little glam girl ornament, and then I'm just pulling out the loops to give it that nice kind of full pretty appearance. And then I'm adding a large dollop of hot glue, and I'm using some of those silver Dollar Tree mini ornaments, and I'm just popping them in everywhere that I feel like it needs that little extra razzle dazzle sparkle and shine, mainly too to kind of cover up the top where you can see that extra bunching of fabric, because we want it to really look like an over-the-top boutique gorgeous ornament. So I'm also adding in a little bit more evergreen in around the top. I didn't have any white evergreen on hand, but I think that would be really pretty for a glam girl look. And then I'm adding in some sparkling little jewels. I get my little jewels at Walmart. They're just fake diamond little things, so they really razzle dazzle up a project. And I think this farmhouse chic glam look is definitely what I'm going to be in the mood for the holidays. If you guys can see some of my ornaments back over there, those are those Dollar Tree ornaments. I think they look really pretty in with the look of this soft kind of farmhouse, just a little bit of rustic, a little bit of sparkle and shine. I think you can totally get away with it in the holiday time frame. And then here is another peek at that pretty pink ornament that we did. Oh my goodness, I love this one too. I love these soft colors. They're so vintage, kind of Victorian feeling. And then again, here is that fun kind of rustic look with that farmhouse chic. Definitely going to be hot this year. And then I love all these traditional colors as well. How cute does this red pop against this flocked tree? Oh my goodness, I am over the moon excited for Christmas this year, you guys. I just absolutely cannot wait. So to get started, I found these adorable Pier 1 gift boxes. They were $49.99, and I knew we could recreate them using Dollar Tree supplies. So I'm starting out with this Grove Collaborative box and this Dollar Tree baby blanket. I'm just going to go ahead and take my hot glue gun and begin to hot glue the baby blanket to the box. This ended up taking 2 of the Dollar Tree baby blankets, and I chose this black and gray fleece. I thought it would be really nice and subtle to mix in with almost any Christmas decor. I want to go for kind of that glam chic that I saw on the Pier 1 website for those boxes. Now I'm just going to take this burlap. I actually got this burlap at burlapfabric.com. I'm going to leave a little link. They have a $5 off coupon for you guys if you need some amazing burlap for your Christmas crafting. Now I'm just taking some of that Dollar Tree silver ribbon, and I'm hot gluing the burlap and the silver ribbon to the bottom of my package, and then I'm just going to pull it all the way over to the other side and hot glue it on the other side. And then I'm doing the exact same thing to kind of give it that package look. So just hot glue your burlap and then hot glue your silver ribbon. And Dollar Tree does carry a nice burlap ribbon. I just happen to have this on hand, so I'm using what I have. And the silver ribbon from Dollar Tree does have a bit of glitter fallout, but it's not too bad if you love that sparkly look. So here is how it should look once you get the ribbon all glued on. Now for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create a really cute little bow for the top of the package. Just create an Olivia bow with 2 loops of the burlap on each side, twist tie it together with some of that silver ribbon, and then go ahead and pull your loops out. And I will leave a bow tutorial below if you guys need help making bows. Then I'm going to take some of this thinner Hobby Lobby ribbon, but again, you guys use what you have. And again, I'm going to make a small Olivia bow by looping it over on itself. You're going to have 2 loops on each side, and you're just going to twist tie everything together to get it secured. Give it a bit of fluffing. Now, the Pier 1 did not have as much of a bow on it, but you guys know me, I love big bows, and I cannot lie, so I had to go over the top as usual with the bows. And I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue it. I did add a super generous amount of hot glue, so that bow would stay to the top of my package. And then I'm just going to go ahead and pull some of the silver loops down and give the thinner silver loops a bit of some curly cues. And here's how it should look with all of your bows and ribbons. Now, Dollar Tree is also carrying this super amazing cedar pick. You guys, I bought several of these and I'm already using a ton of them. So I just clipped off a couple of the tops and I'm hot gluing them in and around the top of my little bow. I noticed the Pier 1 had some greenery, and then they also used some pine cones on their package. So of course we're going to add in some pine cones as well to really dull and glam it up. Now, just think, you guys could really use almost any fabric that you have laying around to create a box. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take one of those Dollar Tree signs, and I'm just going to make a little pom-pom with this yarn that I picked up at the thrift store. So just take your yarn and loop it over on itself about 1,000,000 times really, and then you're going to pull it off. This would also work on a piece of cardboard, but this was the first thing that caught my eye. So I just also am going to tie this off in the center, and this is such a fun, fast, and easy pom-pom. And then you're just going to run your scissors through the top part of it and run it through the other side, and voila, you have a very fun little easy DIY pom-pom. I love these. I've been using these all through fall and now into Christmas. And then I just pinched my ribbon together and added a dab of hot glue. On the pom-pom went, and here we go. I think this is pretty darn amazing. Definitely not $50. I think you guys could do this really for just a couple of dollars with a box, some fabric, and some beautiful ribbons. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to repurpose and reuse one of those adorable little Halloween houses. If you guys happen to pick one of these up in the Dollar Tree Halloween section. So I'm just taking some of that Waverly chalk paint. You can pick that up at Walmart, but really you could use craft paint on this as well. I do love the chalk paint because it dries really fast. I've seen other DIYers use it, so I thought, why not jump on? And then I'm going to go ahead and add some glitter. Just add a good little dab of glitter to this, and I went ahead and just added it right over where I had painted the little house. Now comes the best part, decorating your adorable little Christmas house. So I added these little mini snowflake ornaments that you get at Dollar Tree. I also found these little trees from Dollar Tree and this gingerbread from Dollar Tree. I added a star to the top, and I think this looks really adorable for a glam Christmas look. Now, of course, you guys know I go over the top, so I created just a little tiny wreath with one of those Dollar Tree greenery pieces, and the little trees I got off some of those little red truck ornaments. And then of course they are carrying this cute little candy cane ribbon, so I went ahead and glued that to the top of my mini tiny wreath. And then I got one of those Dollar Tree red and white striped straws, and I had to go ahead and add some detail. I really felt like my gingerbread person needed a little DIY candy cane here, so all you have to do is cut off part of the straw and then add some pom-poms to the top to create this cute little candy piece. And then I decided to go even more over the top and add some tiny little pom-poms to the wreath. And of course, I could not resist trimming this out in full gingerbread style. So if you guys are decorating for a gingerbread Christmas, these are so fun. And this is an amazing fun little craft to do with your kiddos. Just make sure that they have some help with that hot glue gun and also the paint and glitter. So I did go ahead and continue working with some of those straws, and I just added some detail to the roof. You guys, the sky is the limit on what you could add to this. I used to love to create little shadow boxes when I was a little girl, so I kind of felt a little bit like I was a kid in a candy store, just adding all of these fun details to this project. Again, you guys, the sky is the limit, and how fun is this? Super inexpensive and easy, and dig into your craft stash because I had a ton of little bits and bobs that were so easy to add to this fun project. So, oh my goodness, how adorable is this coming out? I am over the moon and in love with this little cutie. I definitely think that this is going to go into my gingerbread peppermint candy themed kitchen, or I have a feeling my daughter may snag one. It depends on what style she's going for her Christmas decor, but if she goes for pink, I think it would be really cute to do like a little pink gingerbread house. Or if you're doing teal, or just you could customize it to any color. Really, the sky is the limit on that one. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I decided to go ahead and make another package to go with the first kind of Pier 1 inspired present. So I'm using this little Dollar Tree gift box. This was left over from the summertime, and I'm just going to go ahead and cover it in an automotive cloth. And I have had some people ask me what an automotive cloth is. The automotive cloth is the little drying towel that you're going to find in the automotive section of Dollar Tree. So it's just like a little drying towel, but they're white and fluffy, and they make great Christmas decor projects. So I glued the automotive cloth all the way around 3 sides, and you guys, I went a little bit quick on this project, so my folds aren't totally perfect. Definitely, if you guys want to make it perfect, take your time, but I went ahead and added the rest of the fabric, and for this gift box I only needed one automotive cloth. Now I did cut it fairly close, but I even had a little bit of left over, and the automotive cloths are really fun if you guys want to use them for a garland or even make some faux snow for like a little Christmas village. I used a ton of them last season if you guys saw my DIYs from last season, and they're also great if you guys decorate in that glam chic style or do more of like a shabby chic. You can even cover ornaments with them. Again, kind of the sky is the limit for this one too. And so I just went ahead and kind of gathered the little edges around, and it came out pretty good. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some of that burlap, and I'm cutting it to be a little bit smaller. Again, Dollar Tree does carry the wire ribbon burlap as well as Walmart if you guys need to find that. And the ribbon doesn't have to be wired for sure because you're just going to be adding it to the package. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. So I'm just hot gluing the ribbon underneath each edge, and that way it has something to kind of hold on to. I think it would be fun to add lights to this as well. And Dollar Tree also carries some of that white sparkling ribbon. Oh my goodness, this is turning out so adorable. So I'm just adding that to the center of the burlap ribbon. And again, you guys remember, just customize this to whatever decor style and color you're using for your Christmas decor. So now comes my favorite part, making the bow, and I'm just going to make a very little small bow. I just made a little loop and then pinched it together and hot glued it in the center for the top of this little bow. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now I'm just going to go ahead and trim off a little bit more of that cedar. This is from Dollar Tree. It's like a frosted cedar, and it is so beautiful, you guys. I'm probably going to have to go back to the store for more. And then I did add the little pine cone, just like the one from Pier 1 Imports, and then I'm adding some of that ribbon, and here we go. Here is the first present that we did with the Dollar Tree baby blankets, and then here is the second one. Now they don't match, but I think they look pretty cute together. I almost kind of like them not perfectly matching. I don't know, comment and let me know what you guys think, and if you're going to be doing this, what fabrics appeal to you the most. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to share with you guys how to take those Dollar Tree reindeer ornaments and glam them up and make them into a glam style reindeer, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So I'm just taking some Mod Podge, and you can also use glue, and I'm just adding a ton of glue to these little antlers, and then I went ahead and added it into the center part of the antler and around the edge in the back. And then I'm just going to use some of this glitter from Walmart. I also did go ahead and add some glitter to the front where I pulled the bow off. It kind of pulled off the original glitter, and I also wanted her to have kind of like some little glittering feet as well. This glitter from Walmart, I believe, is kind of that champagne gold color, which I love. I'm going to be using a ton of this in my holiday decor this year. And then you're just going to want to go ahead, and I added for that glam part, and they have this bling wrap at Dollar Tree, so I just add a little bling wrap around her neck, and then I trimmed that off, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add her little Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to the end of her nose. It's just one of those Dollar Tree pom-poms in the smallest size they have available. And then they have those little Dollar Tree snowflakes that are kind of like blingy, glittery, dual glam. And so I added that to the front as well. Now, these are wonderful to add into almost any centerpiece, which is what I did here. It's kind of underneath the tree that I was decorating with. I just popped it into this little spot here. And then for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I actually lost a little bit of the footage on this one, you guys. I completely apologize, but I did some of these in the white glam reindeer, and then I just added the mosaic tile that you guys see the reindeer on top of. That's just some of those little Dollar Tree stickers. So I added those to a canvas piece, and then I hot glued the reindeer onto the little mosaic tile and added some evergreen around it. They were a bit hard to get to stand up, I'll be completely honest with you. So if you guys have a really good glue like E6000 or some hot glue, so you're going to have to use a higher heat temp to get those reindeer to stand up. But I think think it came out absolutely fabulous. If I do come across those mosaic tiles again, I'll share that DIY with you guys. I completely apologize that I did lose that footage. Comment and let me know if you guys have any questions. And then of course, here's that delicious banana bread we made a couple of DIYs back. And it is getting cold where we're at, so homemade soup is hitting the spot for us here. For the first Dollar Tree candy cane wreath craft, we're going to use a candy cane wire wreath form from the Dollar Tree and also some candy cane ribbon that I found at Hobby Lobby. I know Walmart also carries this candy cane ribbon if you want to do a traditional candy cane wreath ribbon craft. So just hot glue that ribbon to the base of your candy cane wire form and then begin to just twist it around, in and around, in and around. I twisted it about 5 or 6 times and then I would add some hot glue and then twist it some more and then add some hot glue. And on each end you can leave just a tiny bit of excess on the end and then just tuck it under and add another little dabble of hot glue. Can I just tell you guys could totally do this and how fun and easy these were to do. They make a great tree topper. They make great front door decor. You can make them into a fun and fabulous wreath. Really, the sky is the limit, and check for these out in your Dollar Trees. So just go ahead and make a super easy Olivia bow. You want to loop the ribbon over on itself several times until you get 2 loops on each side. Go ahead and trim that off, pinch it in the middle, and then you're going to take a piece of pipe cleaner and you're just going to pipe cleaner your little Olivia bow together. Now, I like to make tons of layers because I love to go super extra on my bows. Now I'm using some Dollar Tree deco mesh and I'm going to make an Olivia bow with the deco mesh. So same style as before, you loop it over on itself several times, pinch it in the center, trim it off, and you can just use a pipe cleaner to keep your little ribbons together. That's how I've been doing it. Now you're going to notice that I'm not notching my Olivia bow in the center because I am going to be doing a lot of DIYs for the holiday season and I want to be able to repurpose and reuse my ribbon. So now I'm just taking some red ribbon, and this ribbon is a little bit thinner, and as I move towards the center of my Olivia bow, I do make the loops a little bit smaller. It's up to you how you want it to look, but that does help kind of be able to show off all the different ribbons. So now I'm just pinching it in the center again, and I'm going to go ahead and wire it all together with my little Dollar Tree pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to give my bow a good fluffing. To fluff your bows, just pull out all the ribbons. Now don't pull too hard because you don't want to pull your bow apart, but you do want to pull and then twist your ribbon to kind of fluff it out. And oh my heavens, who is that in the studio helping me decorate the Christmas tree? So here it is. I added it to the center of this Christmas tree just to kind of show you guys how it would look if you were adding it to a Christmas tree. But again, these are fabulous on any space in your holiday home, whether it be a door hanger or a Christmas tree ornament or just any little space that needs to be dolled up.
Ho, ho, ho. A note from Olivia. You think she's been naughty or nice? Ho, ho, ho. Milk and cookies. She's definitely been nice.
Oh my goodness, I'm so happy that I'm on Santa's nice list. I guess those cookies really do help. So for the next Dollar Tree candy cane craft DIY, we're going to take some white ribbon. Now I had a really sweet subscriber send me this white ribbon, but I do know that they have white ribbon at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Walmart, and you could even use some white mesh from the Dollar Tree. So go ahead and hot glue it again to the end and then twist it and wrap it, and then go ahead and hot glue it some more and just continue on this same process. It's going to be pretty much the same process for the base of these wreaths. And then we're going to take some pretty little pink ribbon. Now I found this at the thrift store. It was only $1. I was so super excited, but I'm going to use this pink ribbon to make candy cane stripes. Now think about this, you guys. Just use any color of ribbon that you have in your craft stash that you want to use to go for your Christmas colors can really make a candy cane wreath. And the other thing is you could Also use those Dollar Tree white Automotive cloths, just trim them and use that to make your candy cane white base as well if you don't have any white ribbon on hand. So now we're going to make a super fabulous glittering glam bow with some of that Dollar Tree glittering ribbon. So you're just going to make an Olivia bow, and I did want to make this kind of slow so everybody can see, but you take it and you loop that ribbon over on itself, and you're going to do it several times, and you can see I'm counting to make sure on each side of the ribbon loops I have 2 ribbon loops. So that'll be 4 loops total, and then you're just going to fold it over in the center, and I'm going to pipe cleaner it together to kind of hold it together while I make the next set of ribbons. And so I'm going to use Dollar Tree gold sparkling ribbon and then the Dollar Tree silver sparkling ribbon. And watch out, you guys, this ribbon has a ton of sparkling fallout, which doesn't bother me too much because I love my sparkles and bows. You guys know me. So go ahead and make another Olivia bow. Now this one I made a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to go ahead and make another pink Olivia bow with my thrift store ribbon and just loop it over on itself again and then pinch it in the center. And then I'm going to use a pipe cleaner and I'm going to wire these all together, and that's what's going to go on our cute little candy cane ribbon. But again, you guys, check out your craft stash and see what you have on hand. Look for ribbon at the Dollar Tree in their crafting section. They do have pink ribbon that I find, but this is what I already had because I had picked it up a couple weekends ago at the thrift store. So now here's the secret to my bow. See how I'm pulling it out and then twisting the loop over? That really helps. So you want to go ahead and just take your ribbon loops, twist it, and kind of twist it out. Pull it out and then give it a twist. That will really help your bows really stand up and be absolutely fabulous. And the bow fluffing is what makes your bows really nice and fabulous. And try not to get frustrated with yourself. I usually pull all of my ribbon loops out and then I attach my bow to a wreath or garland, and then I begin to fluff it some more. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it with that little pipe cleaner and then give it a good fluffing, and then voila, here we go. Oh my goodness, how absolutely gorgeous and perfect is this? So sweet and sparkling, especially if you're going to do a fabulous pink Christmas, or maybe you're doing this for your granddaughter or your baby girl. So sweet and gorgeous, or you just love that beautiful shabby chic look. I did a whole shabby chic look for Vintage Holiday magazine last season. They did a huge feature on my home for Pink Christmas. So Pink Christmas has a big spot on my heart, and I will definitely be doing some more shabby chic and Pink Christmas this season. So for the next Dollar Tree candy cane wreath craft, we are going to go ahead and use one of those Dollar Tree infinity scarves. It's a buffalo check plaid scarf, and I just went ahead and cut it in half, and then I'm going to hot glue it to the base of my wreath form, and I'm going to twist it up. So just think about any of the Dollar Tree scarves that you guys see that you love that have a cute little pattern, and you can totally use those to make this. I only needed one, so this is a great ribbon saver as well if you just don't have the ribbon on hand that you want, or you want to do something a little bit different and kind of artsy. So I went ahead and just wrapped it all the way around, hot glued it, and then hot glued it at the end. And now I'm going to make an Olivia bow using some burlap ribbon. I already had this ribbon on hand, but Dollar Tree definitely has burlap ribbon that's really nice. So I just made 2 loops and then I'm fluffing it out. And then I'm going to use some of that Dollar Tree plaid Christmas ribbon to create the second little loop here. Again, these are super easy Olivia bows. I really wanted to share with you guys different styles on this craft and how easy it can be to create this little custom kind of wreath ornament craft. And you guys, these would be great for crafts fairs as well. Now this buffalo check plaid ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, but you guys have been telling me that they have it at Walmart. So definitely check out Walmart if you want to get a great deal on it. So here it is. This is pretty simple. You guys could also really embellish this. And oh my goodness, who is back in my studio again eating my cookies and helping me decorate? But anyway, you guys could add a little ornament to the center. You can see I added some little green picks to the top of it. The sky is the limit on how you can glam these up or doll these up. You could add a bow to the base of it, some sparkles, and then here's that cute little snowman that we did in one of the last DIYs, as well as the cute little gnome. Definitely check out my I Love Christmas series playlist if you guys want to jam out some more on these DIYs. That's actually a carvable little pumpkin that you see right there on that Christmas tree with that ornament. I wanted to share with you guys how to repurpose and reuse a lot of your other holiday decor to make Christmas ornaments, because I think it's a great idea to repurpose and reuse as much as you can. And that little snowman was actually made out of a Dollar Tree sign that was one of those pumpkin signs. So definitely check out that video if you guys need some inspiration and would love to repurpose and reuse some of your Halloween and fall decor. So fun, and I just love stuff like that. Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to do a burlap one. Now again, they do have burlap ribbon at Dollar Tree. I already had this on hand from burlapfabric.com. Huge shout out and thank you to them for sending me burlap crafting supplies. I love that. They also have a $5 off coupon for you guys. The coupon code is Olivia Fall if you guys want to use that. And so I'll link just a link to their website down below. But this burlap came in a huge roll, you guys, and it's been awesome for crafting. And I'm going to use it in some of my Christmas decor. So now I'm just using some of that black and white check buffalo check plaid ribbon, and I'm using the same kind of base ribbon with the burlap with the several loops. Again, this is an Olivia bow, but I am doing more like 3 loops on this one because I want to make it just with the buffalo check plaid. So I'm showing you guys kind of more of a farmhouse style on this one, which is kind of more simple and just elegant, and it's going to go in with some of those farmhouse ornaments I shared with you guys. We did that little red truck. Again, it was a Dollar Tree sign repurpose, and then that big ornament you see right there is actually a Dollar Tree beach ball. So super fun, but I love this look. It's so soft and easy on the eye and very clean looking. I used a ton of the buffalo check plaid in my fall decor, and again, it is super hot for winter decor. Walmart has it. They have the fabric and they have the ribbon, as well as Hobby Lobby, and I believe even Michael's might be carrying it as well. So for the next Dollar Tree candy cane wreath craft, we're going to use some of that sparkling Dollar Tree glittery gold tulle. I want to create a glam candy cane for you guys. I know a lot of you decorate in the glam style. So again, I'm just hot gluing it to the base, and then I'm just winding it around. I'm using that same white candy cane base that we used for the pink one. Now I am going to do an Olivia bow with the tulle. So again, you just loop it over on itself, and it's super easy here. And I didn't even have to hot glue the tulle. It stuck to the fabric pretty well. Just a little tip on that. So then I'm going to go ahead and trim it off, and I'm going to add it to the center of that sparkling bow. Again, this was the same bow kind of that we used on the pink and white candy cane ribbon. I'm going to give it a little bit of twist, and voila, here we go. And you could also add that pretty little Dollar Tree joy ribbon to the center. So I just tied a little shoelace bow for this, and then I'm popping it into the center of this bow to doll it up. You guys could add any sort of ornament or any little goodie to doll this up. Here it is on my Christmas tree. Now this is a very soft look. I used white ornaments and some of the sparkling Dollar Tree gold ornaments. I love those jeweled ornaments. I went crazy for them last year. I just think they're so great to add some sparkle and shine. And then here is a DIY that I have to share with you guys upcoming with those little deer and those pretty little ice skates my dear Aunt Janet sent me. Thank you, Janet, if you're watching. I love you to the moon and back. And then again, just to look at the glam. I love it on the frosted Christmas tree. I think it's so simple and so sweet. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to use the base again with the little burlap colored ribbon. And then I'm using some of that Dollar Tree plaid ribbon. And I'm just going to wind it in and around this candy cane. And this was actually a scrap piece of ribbon that I used. So you guys don't have to have a whole super ton of ribbon to do these. And then I'm creating a little Dollar Tree bow with some of that Christmas tree ribbon. I felt like this was really a traditional kind of look, going for the plaid and then the little Christmas trees. Again, this is a super easy little Olivia bow. You're going to fluff it out, tie it on with that pipe cleaner, and just kind of curl those little ribbon tails around to give it that extra boutique finish. Working with this on a budget. Now, these these are great to use. These are those little Dollar Tree evergreen picks, and I think they come out so fabulous and fun. And here is the tree decorated more in a traditional holiday style, but using some of those buffalo check plaid ornaments that I picked up at Dollar Tree. Check out my haul if you guys want to see some of the fun ornaments that they have out this year. Again, it's going to be linked in my I Love Christmas playlist. And also, if you guys are decorating for fall and Halloween, I totally get you. My house is decked out head to toe for fall and Halloween right now. I have over 100 DIYs that I shared with you guys for that season. There's 32 episodes in my I Love Fall series, and I'm going to link that playlist down below as well. I love how the red though pops against this flocked Christmas tree. And to let you guys know, I did get the flocked Christmas Dollar Tree Christmas DIY. We're going to make a peppermint candy bowl. You'll need some peppermint starlight mints from Dollar Tree. I grabbed these from Walmart while I was grocery shopping. And then you're going to want to lay them out on some parchment paper. This is super easy. Just go ahead and lay them out. You'll also want to preheat your oven to 300 degrees. And you can make a pattern if you want. I started by putting 5 mints in the center, and then I just kind of layered them in and around those first 5 mints. And really, there's no rhyme or reason. Just make your mints about as big as your bowl. So you'll also need a glass bowl, and you're going to want to go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 6 minutes. And I just went ahead and used some butter on my bowl, but Pam cooking spray is what was recommended, but this is what I had on hand. So here's what they look like after baking for about 6 minutes. You want to make sure all of your mints are touching before you pop them in the oven. And remember to have a parent help you if you're a kiddo trying to do this project. Now, this wax paper is hot, so you guys can see I'm very carefully laying it on top of this bowl, and you'll want to use your oven mitts to lay it down. Now, this was the second time I attempted this bowl because it was much trickier than anticipated, but I did go ahead and pull the bowl off of my peppermint candy dish before the mints had even dried, because the first round I got my peppermint bowl stuck to the actual bowl. So comment and let me know if you guys have done this craft and what are your tips for me. I'm not for sure if this is a fail, but it does look really cute if you're going to use this for like a hot cocoa station. Now remember that the mints are sticky, so be careful what you put inside of this, but I thought marshmallows and chocolate chips would be just perfect, and if a couple get stuck to the bottom, no big deal. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a cute little Christmas cake. I'm just going to take some of this spackling. Now Dollar Tree sells spackling as well. I've used theirs and it works just fine, but I'm taking a popsicle stick and I'm just going to smooth the spackling over this piece of styrofoam that I got at Dollar Tree. I'm actually repurposing and reusing this styrofoam. I believe it did have a floral arrangement in it. You guys can see the holes poked in the bottom, but you'll just want to take your spackling. You can also use a craft tool and you'll want to smooth it on to your little piece of styrofoam. And then I actually laid this on top of my first candy bowl that broke apart. And then I'm just adding some cute little candies to the top of this. Now, the other thing I found out that the candies kind of bled onto the spackling just a little bit. So if you guys don't want that, you may want to use faux candies. And then I'm also cutting apart some of those little Dollar Tree straws, and then I'm just going to pop them into this little cake. Now the cake is still tacky. They do take 24 hours to dry, the little spackling cakes. I've made these many times before on my channel. I even have one whole video dedicated to these that me and my daughter did this summer. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to make a really adorable little elf-inspired Christmas tree. So I'm taking just one of those Dollar Tree canisters. I had painted this white. This was one of the spring canisters, but you guys can use any basket or container that you have on hand. I have styrofoam in it, and then I'm taking a Dollar Tree mini tree in green and a Dollar Tree mini tree in white, and I'm just taking them and putting them together, and then I'm fluffing them out to where both trees look like one. Then for the next part of this DIY, I went ahead and cut 16-inch little loops here of Dollar Tree deco mesh. I used a green roll, a red roll, and a white roll. And you just want to take the mesh and roll it into a curl, and I'm making little bundles. So I'm rolling them into like a little curly cue, and then I'm taking some pipe pipe cleaner and I'm going to pipe cleaner them together. So now that you have all of your little bundles put together, you're just going to go ahead and take them and pipe cleaner them onto your tree. Again, I did use 1 roll of green deco mesh, 1 roll of red Dollar Tree deco mesh, and 1 roll of white mesh. So you can just kind of scatter them in and around your tree. And again, this is the mesh that I had on hand. And you're probably wondering why I used the green tree and the white tree. Well, these are the 2 trees that I had on hand. So I'm trying to just use what I have to put this little elf-inspired Santa, here we are, tree together. I thought this was so adorable though. I really feel like this is festive and very traditional if you're doing more of a traditional color. I also feel like this could go in a little boy's room, and instead of doing the gingerbread like I'm going to share with you guys, you may want to do some of those little red trucks on this tree. But this is really adorable, and just give it a good fluffing to kind of give it that full look. Now for the next part of this DIY, you're going to take 1 set of those Dollar Tree elf legs, and the elf legs can be found in the ornament section, and you're just going to cut the 2 little legs apart, and you're going to put a larger popsicle stick in there, and that's going to make it stand up on end. And then your little elf can dive into your cute little Christmas tree. Voila, there it is. And these kind of picks would be much more in a high-end decor or crafts store. And you guys can see I'm adding a pipe cleaner just to give it a little bit of extra security so it doesn't wobble and flop off. But oh my goodness, how adorable is this? So I'm just going to take and make a quick little Olivia bow. I am going to loop the ribbon over on itself. I did get this ribbon at Hobby Lobby, but you guys can find red ribbon very easily at Dollar Tree. Now I also have this green ribbon that you see that I also made an Olivia bow with. I found this green ribbon at the thrift store. I believe it's kind of like a vintage ribbon. So you're going to notice Walmart and Michael's and Hobby Lobby are all carrying a vintage motif, kind of a vintage Christmas. And so I thought this was very vintage Christmas inspired. How darling is this? Oh my goodness. I'm going to share with you guys too how to do these cute little gingerbread ornaments. I also added some of those sparkling little mini stockings, those little red stockings. They come with the DIY Dollar Tree craft stickers. And then we're also going to create these really cute vintage inspired little mittens. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create some adorable little vintage inspired mittens. So I'm just taking some red paint, and these are those DIY little wooden stickers. They come in a pack at the craft section at Dollar Tree, and you can just go ahead and begin to paint them whatever color suits your fancy. I want them to match into the tree and kind of have that vintage inspired look. So I was vintage shopping this weekend, and I noticed how all of the vintage Christmas is kind of this really bright red and green, and they have the glitter kind of sparkled on things, and some of the glitter may be a little bit rubbed off. So that's the look that I'm going to go for. But anywho, doozy, I'm going to go ahead and continue to paint these little mittens, red toppers and some green toppers. And then I want to take some Elmer's glue, and I just want to gently add Elmer's glue to the front of these mittens and dip them in some of this champagne colored glitter. I got the glitter from Walmart. Dollar Tree also carries glitter, and you guys could notice I'm kind of rubbing off in some spots. I don't want the glitter to be perfect. I want it to look kind of vintage chic, like it was just a little bit aged, if you guys get my drift. I hope that's making sense. And if you do like a full-on glitter look, just go ahead and go for it and glitter up those little mittens. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take some some of those little gingerbread stickers, and I just tied a little peppermint candy bow with some of that Dollar Tree peppermint ribbon. And then to make a little ornament hook hanger, you can use some of those little felt chenille stems that you may have left over from tying on to your Christmas tree, and that's a good way to repurpose and reuse those. And here it is in all of its glory. So absolutely fabulous, adorable, and these elves have been hard at work in Santa's studio for sure. Now, how cute are these gingerbread? Just kind of popped in here just to give it some character. And then there's those darling little mittens. Again, the sky is the limit with these trees. And definitely, if you guys want to see the all red and white candy cane tree that I did, pop back over and watch that video. But I thought this would be a fun take. I had one of you guys ask me for a video on how to do a boy's tree. And so I thought this would be a little bit more boyish. And if you guys added some of those red trucks to it, it would be even more perfect for a little boy's bedroom. So definitely give it a whirl. These are so super duper fun to make. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take some of that Dollar Tree mesh and I'm going to make a garland with some of this white evergreen. Now the white evergreen I've had for years. It did come from Michael's. I got it with a 40% off coupon. I believe it was about $10, but the Dollar Tree Deco mesh is so fabulous to use to create some really amazing garlands with. So you can tell that I'm just kind of adding them on. I'm twisting them into the garland and I'm just making little poofs, and it's really about 10 to 12 inches apart, but whatever suits your fancy. And I'm using some of that green deco mesh. I only used 2 rolls of deco mesh for this garland, and then I'm going to go back in with some of that candy cane ribbon. Now I did get the candy cane ribbon at Hobby Lobby, but you guys can find some really fabulous ribbon at Dollar Tree if you just want to use all Dollar Tree products. I was trying to add in a little bit of the candy cane theme since I did do the little candy bowl, and here it is tied in with this darling little tray. I think this would be so fun to add to a mantle or an entryway table or a kiddo's room or your office or maybe your grandma's house, or you can make this for your mama or your daughter or son or just whatever floats your boat, or you can make it for your kitchen. I think that would be super fun and amazing. I love the vintage edition of kind of this vintagey little elf at the top and the gingerbread. It's so fun and whimsical, and to be totally honest with you, kind of wacky and completely brought a smile to my face. So as always, comment and let me know, what was your favorite DIY? Will you guys be making the cake? Will you be attempting that crazy candy cane bowl? Definitely let me know which project was your favorite and which one you'll love to be crafting up. So now that we've had a fun day of crafting, it's time to whip up some chocolate chip banana bread. I'm just going to use 3 bananas. I'm going to peel them and pop them into a bowl, and then I'm going to just go ahead and mash them really well. You want to mash up your banana really well, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 1/3 of a cup of butter, and then I'm going to add an egg, and you're supposed to go ahead and whisk this egg, but I completely forgot while I was filming to whisk it up, so I did just go ahead and pull a whisk out and whisk the banana and the egg together. It ended up working because the banana bread tasted great. So now I'm just going to add 1 cup of sugar, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a teaspoon of vanilla, and I want to go ahead and mix up these wet ingredients really, really well. Mix them until they're nice and smooth, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add 1.5 cups of flour and then a teaspoon of baking soda, and a pinch of salt. And then you're just going to go ahead and mix that up. Now, I just barely mix this, just enough to get it mixed up. And then I did grease my pan and add a little bit of flour so my bread doesn't stick. And then I added about half a cup of chocolate chips to my mixture. And then I just mixed it just a little bit more. And then I'm going to pop it in the oven for 350 degrees for about an hour. But definitely check it because all ovens are a bit different. And it is so perfect. Oh my goodness. Now it does look nice and brown, and that's how I love it. I love it a little bit crispy on the edges, and check that out, you guys. I love that steam, and I added hot butter, and I'm going to tell you guys that Mr. Romantic was stalking the oven waiting for this bread to get done. So these two pieces were his, and he had that with a cup of milk, and then my daughter also enjoyed some, and I saved a piece for my son when he gets home. Oh my goodness, you guys are definitely going to have to try this, and I will link the recipe in the description box for you guys below. And then here's another quick look at those fun little projects. That little vintage Santa teapot and mug I did find at the Goodwill last season. I think Mr. Romantic and I were actually shopping together, and he encouraged me to pick that one up.
Okay, you guys, so here is my thrift store outfit of the day.
DIY, we're going to make a super adorable Santa hat wreath. So I'm just going to take one of those witch hat wreaths that I bought during Halloween, and I'm going to remove all of the tinsel, and then I'm going to take my scissors and remove the little clips on the edge. And then I'm going to take this red Dollar Tree deco mesh, and I'm just going to wrap the entire hat with the deco mesh. This did take one entire roll, and I kind of doubled it up as I went along, and then I hot glued at the base and then hot glued it at the top. Then I'm going to take some white Dollar Tree deco mesh, and I cut it in about 12 to 16 inch long pieces, and then I just made this little curl, and I ended up using 4 rolls of the white Dollar Tree deco mesh, and I made bundles of 2. So you're just going to roll them up into these little curls, use a pipe cleaner and pipe cleaner them together, and that's going to give you a bunch of fluffy little bundles. And then you're going to take those bundles and you're going to just begin to attach them to the base of the witch hat wreath, and I attach mine in that little center rung. So on the ends of your witch hat wreath, you're going to apply 2 bundles, and then all throughout the rest of it, you're going to apply 4 bundles per section. Comment and let me know if you guys have questions on that. I also did a witch hat wreath for you guys during Halloween that was very similar, as well as a scarecrow hat wreath. So this is going to be super fun to make. I've kind of been prepping you guys for this, sharing with you guys that we're using the deco mesh and then also those little witch hat wreaths. And then you're going to take a little bundle and you're going to tie that to the top. And then I'm going to take and make a cute little candy stripe bow. I just had this bow left over from last season, so I'm making a little double layered Olivia bow. You'll just take and loop the ribbon over on itself and then twist tie it off. And then I'm going to use some of that mesh tubing. I thought would be super fun. I'm just going to kind of double it over on itself and make kind of like a little loopy bow, and then cut it with the scissors. And then I'm going to add that to the center of my little candy cane bow just to give it a little bit of dimension. I thought this mesh tubing was so super duper fun. I also did add a little bit of red ribbon and silver ribbon to the center of this, and then I did just apply the bow to the base of the little Santa hat, and here it is all sparkling and oh so ready for a Santa Claus visit. You can see these are so fun and actually fairly easy to make. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take one of those little Dollar Tree tins. I chose this red and white plaid tin. I shared it with you guys on my last haul, and then I'm just going to take one of those Dollar Tree white Christmas trees. I actually am going to use 2 of them, and I'm just going to put them together, and then I'm going to take the little limbs of them and kind of twist tie them around each other. That's going to make your Dollar Tree appear a lot fuller. And you guys know I love to totally go over the top, so I did decide to go ahead and add in some little curls of deco mesh. I used 2 rolls of deco mesh on this, so you're just going to take and curl it kind of like we did with a Santa wreath, twist tie it together, and then I just tie it either onto the branches or around the tree. And then I went in with some really pretty Dollar Tree poinsettias and some of that Dollar Tree red sparkling kind of zhuzh at the top, and just go ahead and go for it, whatever you're decorating for. You can see I also used some of the little Dollar Tree picks at the base of this. I added a little bit more foam, and then that gave me just a little bit more to poke into. So this is kind of like a Christmas tree slash centerpiece, I guess. I think it would also be really cute, maybe like on a little buffet table, or just any little spot that needs that extra sparkle and shine. And these are super fun to kind of use whatever bits and bobs you have that are scraps laying around to tie into whatever theme you're going for. So for this theme today, we are definitely doing kind of a more glam Santa Claus theme with our little Santa Claus hat wreath over there to the back you can see, and then the little glam tree. And you guys can see I'm just adding in some more poinsettias, and then I did decide to use some of that scrap ribbon. I made a cute little bow at the top and just actually tied it on with the little evergreen branches. And here it is next to the rest of my little ho 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 Santa goodies. I'm going to share with you guys the rest of these DIYs. I thought these were fun. It takes kind of a whimsical approach and just adds that glam, sparkle, and shine. So we're going to use the top of that tin box. You guys, no scraps left behind. I'm going to use that ho 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 Dollar Tree sign. I'm going to add hot glue to the base of it and just add it to that little tin, and that kind of gives it a really pretty kind of fancy base. And then I'm going to hot glue these little trees. Dollar Tree carries a 2-pack of these white sparkling trees. So this really cost about $3 total. And how cute is this? Oh my goodness, this kind of little sign would definitely be about $10 to $12 at a TJ Maxx. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take this bling wrap. I actually got it off Dazzle.com. I'll leave a link below if you guys are interested. They sell huge rolls of bling wrap and bling for super cheap. And I'm going to take and I'm going to cut it to size and then wrap it around this cute little Dollar Tree vase that we made in another DIY. I just used a margarita glass and E6000, one of their vases. So I flipped the margarita glass over, you guys can see, and then I E6000 the Dollar Tree vase to the top of that, and it gives you this really pretty kind of little candle vase setup. And so I just hot glued the bling wrap around the base of our little Dollar Tree candle vase, and then I'm taking this bling jewel. And if you guys buy packs of bling jewels for them, they end up being about $1 a piece for a 12-pack, about $1 to $1.50 depending on which ones you choose. So I'm just adding some hot glue to the front of this jewel, and then I'm just hot gluing it to the front of our base. And then Target Dollar Spot was selling these little sparkle and shine candles. They're just little battery operated candles. I popped that in. I did create 2 of these, and I thought it was the perfect addition to our little setting. And then I decided to glam up this super cute Dollar Tree nutcracker. How adorable is this nutcracker? But it really did need that extra zhuzh that you guys know I love, so I decided to add some bling wrap. Now, Dollar Tree also carries bling wrap if you guys just want to grab some there. This is kind of that silver diamondette looking bling wrap, and so I'm just hot gluing it to the base of the nutcracker, and it was just kind of 2 strands there if you needed a little bit of a guide to what size that ended up being. So I just hot glued it all the way around, and then I was really excited because I just already felt like with the bling wrap this nutcracker was definitely looking much more dazzling. And then I took some of the smaller little jewels. You guys hop into your jewelry chest. Maybe you have some broken jewels that this would be fun to use. And I just hot glued a little bling to the base and then to the top of his hat, and it looks like something you would find at Pier 1 Imports. Now the Dollar Tree nutcrackers are plastic, but I think they're very detailed, and as long as your guests aren't picking up your nutcrackers to make sure they're wooden, I really don't think it matters. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create this little glam bling deer setting. So I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree mirrored stickers. They have these in the stationery department, and then 2 of those little Dollar Tree canvases, and then 3 of their little Dollar Tree reindeer ornaments. And what I want to do is create kind of this mirrored stand for these deer. I actually shared part of this DIY with you guys a little bit back, but I had lost the footage on how I created the mirrored stand. So I'm just taking the little mirrored stickers, and you're just going to cut them to fit the size of your 2 canvases. And I believe I used 5 packs, and it almost covered the entire thing. But if you guys want full coverage, definitely get all 6 packs. Now you guys know I just kind of craft as I go and hope for the best. So I did just sticker them on, and I did add a little bit of sticker to the front of them, and then I did hot glue the 2 canvases together once I had the whole thing stickered. You could also add a little bit E6000 glue if you wanted even more security. So once my stickers were all on, I did hot glue those 2 canvases together, and now I'm just going to bedazzle and glam up my little reindeer. So I removed the original ribbon from the reindeer, and then I'm just using some Mod Podge, and I'm Mod Podging the top of the antlers, and then I'm taking some of that champagne gold glitter from Walmart. This is super fabulous for DIYs for Christmas time, you guys. I definitely think Christmas is the perfect time to go for it with the glitter. And then I did add some hot glue, and I also did add a dab of E6000 glue to the base of my reindeer. So the hot glue just helps them hold temporarily, and the E6000 glue helps them hold in a much more sturdier kind of glass glue way. And then I decided to add a Rudolph red-nosed reindeer with one of those Dollar Tree pom-poms to the front of my little reindeer. And then I did go ahead and take some of that Dollar Tree bling wrap, and I added some pretty little gold collars. So I just hot glued around the neck, and then I added the bling wrap. I trimmed it off, and then I did add some bling wrap to kind of connect them. So I added more hot glue, and then I just did 1 strand of bling wrap on each side, and then connected them as if they were connected, like, you know, Santa's reindeer, ready for Rudolph to lead the way on a Merry Christmas. So once I was finished adding that bling, I decided to go around the base of my reindeer, kind of where the hot glue and the E6000 glue were, and I added some Mod Podge and then some Epsom salt to kind of make it look like my reindeer were kind of in the snow, but it also was covering some of my work. And then I went ahead and added some little white evergreen to the back where I didn't quite have enough stickers to cover my entire little mirrored canvas. So I just added some evergreen and then some of those Dollar Tree gold picks, and then some white berries just to kind of glam it up, you know, something you would see at a more high-end home decor store. Again, this almost could be really a centerpiece if you all wanted it to be. I feel like it came out so gorgeous. I was also so happy to find that lost footage for you guys. Sometimes, I don't know, my computer's kind of wacky. So here it is all together. So this is like a traditional kind of whimsical peppermint theme added in with loads of glam and sparkle and shine As always, you guys definitely have to let me know which was your favorite DIY in this series and which one are you recreating. I would love to hear your feedback. I think this Santa hat is so cute, and I think I even want to do it with some other colors. So just remember, any of the DIYs that you guys see me create, you can always customize them to suit your colors for your home decor. To get started on this holiday centerpiece, you'll need 2 Dollar Tree mini trees. You'll need one of the Dollar Tree chargers. Now I chose white for my mini tree and silver for my charger, and then I'm just adding some hot glue to the center and a piece of foam. You can also find a foam at Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take the mini trees and I'm going to push them into the foam on either side and give them a good fluffing. Now I'm going to take a roll of the Dollar Tree white mesh and then a roll of the silver mesh, and I'm going to cut it into 16-inch pieces. And then I just want to take it and roll it into kind of like a little curly Q, and then I'm going to roll the other one into a curly Q. I'm going to pinch these two together, and that's going to make my little poof. Now this stuff is definitely optional with the mesh. You guys don't have to use mesh on this, but you guys know I love a really full look, so I'm just going to go ahead and add the mesh into it, and I felt like that the mesh would give it a really fun little sparkle and shine. So you're just going to take your mesh and twist the mesh onto the tree with your pipe cleaner. It should look like this. So I used 4 poofs on each side, and I used 2 rolls of Dollar Tree mesh total. Again, you guys get creative with this. Use what you have on hand, and you're just going to take that pipe cleaner and wrap it around the tree and go ahead and clip the little pipe cleaner edges off, and just continue to work in and around your little Dollar Tree mini tree. And also think about all the color combinations that you guys could use. If you guys were doing more of a green and red theme, you could do green mini trees and then use just some of the green and red mesh. You could also do gold with this. The sky is really the limit on this project. So now I'm taking some of that buffalo check plaid ribbon and then also some silver Dollar Tree ribbon. The buffalo check plaid ribbon I did get at Hobby Lobby, but they're also carrying it at Walmart, you guys. So definitely check that out if you want to go for this look. But Dollar Tree has a bunch of really nice ribbon to choose from as well. So I went to the end of my little mini tree, and I'm just using the branches of the mini tree to tie the ribbon on. So I'm just making kind of little poofs as I work in and around the tree. So I did one side and I created 3 poofs, and that's how it should look. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim that piece off. And then I'm going to start on the other side and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the little evergreen branches to twist tie my ribbons on, and then I'm just going to gather it and kind of create this poof. And then you guys will want to pull apart your ribbon too. So that silver ribbon is kind of underneath there. I just went ahead and pulled that apart. And then once I got to the end of this, I went ahead and did go ahead and clip that off. And then here is how it should look after you add your ribbons and your mesh. Again, these steps are optional. Just use what you guys have and what's in your budget. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of that buffalo check plaid ribbon, and I'm going to make what I call an Olivia bow. So I'm just going to take the ribbon and loop it over on itself, and you just continue to loop the ribbon over on itself until you count that there are 3 loops on each side. You can do a smaller bow too if you want to, but you guys know me, I love big bows and I cannot lie. So I do love to go ahead and go super over the top with my ribbon and my bows. So once you have all your little loops together, you're going to find the center of your ribbon, and I just like to fold mine in half, and you can add tiny little notches if you want to. I'm not going to on this one. I'm just going to pinch it together really tight, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my pipe cleaner. Now if you add notches to each side, that's going to give your pipe cleaner something to grab onto, and then you're just going to go ahead and take your loops and twist them out and give it a good fluffing. That's really the secret to a bow, just continue to work with it and fluff it as you go along. And then I did take the end of one of my floral stems and wrap it around that to go ahead and pop that bow in there. And then I took one of these Dollar Tree silver branches and some of this Dollar Tree greenery. So those will be 2 stems, one silver stem and then one greenery stem. And I'm just going to pop them into the front of my little arrangement here. Here is how that should look. And then I did go ahead and take some more of the silver stem and greenery and just kind of pop them into that top part where that top foam piece is. And here is how that should look as well. I also decided to go ahead and add some to each side, and that pretty much used up both of those stems. Now I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree sparkling ornaments. I love these. These are some of my favorites. This is the white with the silver kind of glam, but again, go for whatever color that you're using. And I'm just taking a pipe cleaner and I'm running the ornaments through the pipe cleaner to create this little bundle, and then I'm going to tie them on. So I used a sparkling ornament on each side, and then I'm just using some of the little silver ornaments. They come in a large pack, so they go a really long way. So that's super fun. And again, you guys can use what you have on hand. Now, this is what it should look like once you have your ornaments and ribbons and mesh and your little floral stems added. Now I'm just taking the rest of that ribbon. These are just kind of scrap pieces, and I did want to go ahead and fill out the back of my arrangement. And then I did add a little bit of silver detail to the center, and I also added some white poinsettias. So I had one stem of white poinsettias that I just clipped off. These are Dollar Tree poinsettias. And then I have this Dollar Tree candle. This was a DIY I did a while back. I just added some glitter and Epsom salt to it, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie this little silver ribbon onto it. So to add the glitter and Epsom salt, you'll just add Mod Podge and then a ton of glitter and ton of Epsom salt. It gives it that kind of crystallized snow look that I adore. And now Dollar Tree's also carrying these little metal signs. I chose the joy sign. I thought that would be super fun for the arrangement. So I'm just going to hot glue the little joy sign to the front of the candle. Now for the next part of this little DIY, I want to go ahead and take one of those empty mesh rolls, and I'm going to wrap some silver ribbon around it. What I want to create is a tiny little stand for this candle to pop up on. So this is just one of my little hacks that I wanted to share with you guys. And then you can add some hot glue, push that down in there, and voila, you have a little candle stand. I did go ahead and hot glue it onto there, and how fabulous and over the moon adorable did this come out. Oh my goodness, can you guys even believe that this is almost all Dollar Tree supplies minus that buffalo check plaid ribbon? But you guys, Dollar Tree has great ribbon, so just go for it, whatever colors you're going for. I definitely want to do some buffalo check plaid in with my holiday season this year. You guys saw how I did the snowman. I've also done some ornaments, so this is super fun and very crisp if you guys love that farmhouse look. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to repurpose and reuse this sign. This was just one of my fall signs. It had gotten something on it. So I'm going to take one of those Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid scarves. I want to create just a little soft and cozy winter sign. So I'm just adding hot glue all around the buffalo check plaid scarf, and I did stretch it so it would fit all of the way, so I didn't have to cut 2 pieces of the scarf. Now the buffalo check plaid scarf isn't always even, so bear with me on this one, you guys. Now I'm taking one of those Dollar Tree Merry Christmas boxes, and I'm just going to cut out the Merry Christmas sign. I spied this and I thought it would make a really great sign, so I'm just adding a bunch of hot glue to the back, and I'm going to plop it straight on to my little fabric here. And this is a super cozy way just to make a quick and fun little sign. I'm adding some greenery to the top and the bottom, and then voila, you have an amazing little sign. For the next Dollar Tree DIY, I wanted to whip up a quick little stocking from the remnants of my little scarf sign. So I took this stocking that I already had on hand and I just trimmed around it with my scissors to get that good little stocking shape. And again, I just trimmed around it. You guys could use a little pen and outline it, but because it was already black, I didn't have anything really on hand that was going to write on it very well. Comment and let me know if you guys have some ideas on that. So I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue this stocking. These are so fun and easy to make. I make these all of the time. Definitely don't be putting a lot of heavy things in it, but it's really fun for decor purposes. And then once you guys have it hot glued, you can just go ahead and trim it out, or you can trim it in advance. I've made them both ways. Either one works super great. And then once you have that done, you can just go ahead and inside it out. Super duper easy. And then you can even use some fun little things for the top. I went ahead and used the excess fringe. So I left that fringe pretty long and I just laid it on top of the stocking. And then I'm just going to hot glue the fringe in and around the top. And then you can just fold it over after you hot glue it to the back. Again, this is definitely for decor purposes. It's pretty fun though to make. And so you guys can also make a little ring, little hook thing for your stocking with some of the remnant fabric that you guys have left over from making your craft. And there was even enough really to make a little garland. So I might do that in an upcoming DIY as well. And here it is. How absolutely adorable and perfect is this? I think it goes great with this little darling Frosty the Snowman and some of my other fun buffalo check plaid DIYs. I noticed at Walmart that the buffalo check plaid ribbon was being paired with silver glittering ribbon. So I definitely think you guys can doll up that glam farmhouse chic look, and it's really, I think it's working. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to go ahead and take a Dollar Tree margarita glass, and I want to create just like a little kind of fancy candle stand or ornament stand, but I'm just going to add some E6000 glue. You can get that at Walmart or your craft store. And then I did add some hot glue so it could kind of stick on there while I'm doing this DIY. But the E6000 glue is great for glass glue. And you'll want to give this 24 hours really to dry and be on there really well. And then I just added some of those fun little Dollar Tree ornaments inside, and voila, there you guys have it. We have a fancy little candle ornament holder. I think it would be fun too to put some sand in this and put some candles in it, but I just added some ornaments and then some of those Dollar Tree greenery picks. Now you guys look out for those Dollar Tree frosted greenery picks. They are amazing and gorgeous and a great deal for only $1. And how fabulous and peaceful is this? I love it with the lit candle and the little snowman, and honestly it just brings my heart so much joy. So it is a blessing and an honor to have you guys here and watching this video. And as always, I always ask you guys to comment and let me know, what is your favorite DIY? I love to hear your feedback. I also love to hear what you guys may be recreating. Comment and let me know what you guys are going to make out of these DIYs and what are your inspirations for holiday decor. Are you guys going to be decorating in a glam farmhouse, in traditional Christmas? Are you going to go pink, aqua, gold? I'd love to hear what everybody's styles are out there. I've also been doing a lot of candy cane themes as well. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take 2 of these pumpkin signs and then one of those Dollar Tree summertime pineapple signs, and I'm going to chalk paint them white on both sides. Now what I want to do is create a snowman. For the top, if you guys don't have the pineapple sign, you can always use one of those smaller pumpkin signs. I did buy quite a bit of fall decor this year, so I needed to repurpose and reuse some of these signs. Now I'm taking some E6000 glue, and after I let the chalk paint dry, I'm just adding some E6000 glue and then a layer of hot glue on top and in and around that to just really give these little pumpkins a really good hold. So I glued the first pumpkin over the second pumpkin, and then I'm adding my last sign on the top. And then it did have a little bit of damage to one of the pumpkins, so I'm just going over it with a very heavy layer of Mod Mod Podge and then sprinkling it with some Epsom salt, which you guys can find at the Dollar Tree. And also I used some glitter on top of that to give it that little extra sparkle and shine. Then I just cut some eyes and a nose and a mouth out of some scrap ribbon that I had. I'm using one of those Dollar Tree scarves that they have out right now. You guys choose whatever color that you love, but I am using this black and white buffalo check plaid. And then I made a little pom-pom with some yarn that I'm gluing to his hat. Now I did create another snow person out of a Dollar Tree Halloween sign a couple videos back, but I really felt like I just needed two so they could kind of go next to each other. So I'm just repurposing also this Dollar Tree burlap wreath. I kind of cut it into the size of a hand and then added some sticks over the top of it. And here he is next to his little sweetheart over there. I thought they came out absolutely adorable. The eyes and the nose on my second one were a little bit wonky, but you guys, crafting is not about perfection. I try to tell myself that all the time. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take this pillow cover. It was from burlapfabric.com. I will leave a link down below as well as a coupon code. It's just a canvas blank pillowcase. I wanted to jazz it up with this Dollar Tree scarf. So what I did was I cut two pieces of the Dollar Tree scarf and I left the fringe on the end, and then I'm just taking some hot glue and I'm going to hot glue the scarf to the front of the pillow. So the canvas pillow is a little bit heavy duty, so it took the hot glue really well. Also, you guys could use this idea to recover any pillow. I have done this so many times. If you guys have been following my channel, the Dollar Tree scarves are so great to repurpose and reuse in this way. So I'm just continue to hot glue all the way around the entire canvas pillow. And I just did one side. That way, when winter is over, I can flip it over and still have my cute little canvas pillow if I want to use it for just more of a neutral decor. Also, if you guys need some buffalo check plaid fabric, I know Walmart is also carrying this pattern as well as Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going ahead and stuffing the little pillow stuffing back in the center, and voila, here it is. Okay, so here it is blank, and then here it is if you just go ahead and tuck the fringe over to the side, and then if you flip the fringe back forward. I thought it came out absolutely beautiful. You guys can also grab pillows from the thrift store and repurpose them and reuse them. Maybe you have a pillow that's seen better days. These would be great for outdoor decor as well if you wanted to. You would definitely want to Scotch guard them though if you're going to use them for outdoor. And the cute little Santa Claus pillow, you guys, I found at the thrift store for $2. I was so excited. So for the next DIY, I'm actually using some free paint stir sticks that I got at Walmart, and then I'm just going to go ahead and chalk paint them. You could also use craft paint, but I do love this Waverly chalk paint. It dries super fast, you guys, which is really great for DIYs. I've also made homemade chalk paint before too, which is really easy. Okay, so now I'm just taking two scrap pieces of board. These were actually little slats from the thrift store, and now that my paint has dried on my paint sticks and on my little slats here, I am just going to go ahead and use some E6000 glue and some hot glue, and I'm just going to glue them right on to these boards. And what I want to create is an adorable little kind of mini blanket ladder. So I am going to tell you I wouldn't hang like a super heavy blanket on this, but I did go ahead and add 5 rungs to it, I believe, and I'm just using the E6000 glue and hot glue and then measuring in between each rung. That way it can be mostly even, but I have seen these ladders. I think they're so adorable, and how easy if you guys just go to your hardware store. Sometimes they'll have free scrap lumber, or even if you have something laying around, you could even make the longer part with more paint sticks if you wanted to. But here's how it came out. I put a lightweight blanket on it, and then I laid one of those scarves over it. I think it came out absolutely perfect, and you guys, this cost me honestly next to nothing. So for the next DIY, my daughter's actually going to help me. She is so good at crafting, I can't even tell you. We're going to take some of those extra paint sticks that we had that we got from Walmart for free when I bought paint, and we're just going to make a holiday star. So I went ahead and E6000 and hot glued them, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add some Mod Podge to the front of my star because I want to add a really just nice layer of glitter over that. It was a bit hard to see the glitter in this shot, but I did go ahead and Mod Podge it really well and then just sprinkle a bunch of white iridescent glitter. You can get this at Walmart. You can get it even in a bigger package if you're doing a lot of glittering, which I recommend if you guys love glitter for the holidays. Now you can see the glitter and how absolutely gorgeous is this. These are so fun to make. I have seen them for sale at craft fairs before. You could paint them whatever colors that you love for your Christmas time decor. And if you go ahead and buy paint, you can always get paint sticks for free. I know you can buy them in a large lot as well. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take one of these beautiful Dollar Tree ornaments, and I am going to E6000 glue and add a little bit of hot glue with this beautiful jewel. Now, Dazzle.com did send me some wonderful jewels. Thank you so much. It was such a blessing. I'm going to leave a coupon code for you guys down below. They sell packs of jewels for really at a largely discounted price. They're end up being about $1.50 each for the jewels. And then I just took some Dollar Tree ribbon at the top and tied a little bow. And how gorgeous is this ornament, especially if you're doing some beautiful holiday decor or you wanted to give a friend or a family member a keepsake ornament. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take one of those cute little Dollar Tree signs and just jazz it up. So I just believe in the magic of Christmas, and then I went ahead and just hot glued some of that Dollar Tree greenery to the top. And then I'm using this Merry Christmas ribbon from Dollar Tree, and then there was like kind of a faux looking quilted ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm going to add some more hot glue to the top of this, and then Dollar Tree's selling those sparkling pick branches. I just took a tiny top off of one of the red picks, and I'm going to go ahead and add that to the top as well. You also want to make sure that your ends are really nice on your ribbon, and I was crafting backwards. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I couldn't see that little piece of string dangling down. So there we go. Now how adorable is this? I put this in this Christmas tree, so you guys could use this almost as an ornament. It's one of the smaller Dollar Tree signs, so just think about that. They also make great gifts. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to take and make this super adorable stocking. So I'm just taking this canvas stocking and I'm going to lay it on top of one of those Dollar Tree buffalo check plaid scarves. These are the fleece scarves. I've also made these with the infinity scarves as well. So I just used a gray Sharpie actually to trace around the little stocking, and I did share one of these with you guys in another DIY video, but I didn't have the Sharpie, so I thought I would share this same kind of process again. And then you're just going to take and you're going to line it up again and then trace it out again, and that does make it really easy. These are fun to do with kiddos. Just be sure that you help them with the hot glue and the scissors. So then I just went ahead and hot glued the two stockings together. This is easy peasy. You do want to try to go along the edge as close to the end of the stocking as possible to hopefully keep the integrity of the actual stocking. And then you can just go ahead and inside it out, or you could also trim it out if you didn't want to inside it out with some beautiful lace. And then I'm just going to take the end of the scarf and I'm going to add that to the top. These actually make a pretty good size stocking. Now, because we're hot gluing this, I wouldn't recommend, filling it full of candies and oranges if you're actually going to use it. You may want to reinforce it by stitching it on the sides, but this is going to be used in my home for decor purposes, so I think it's fine to go ahead and hot glue it. And here's how it turns out. I just used some of that Dollar Tree red ribbon and I tied a little bow to the top. I added it to my cute little ladder, and there we have it. Voila, we have this beautiful Christmas setting with these very inexpensive, fairly easy DIYs that you guys can do with some paint and some glitter, some imagination, creativity, and some Dollar Tree goodies. So as always, I always ask for you guys' feedback. Comment and let me know, what is your favorite DIY in this episode, and which one will you be attempting to recreate? And always too, if you guys have any questions for me, definitely let me know. I've also had a lot of questions on the little wood chip tree that I've been sharing that's kind of in the background of some of these DIYs. That was a thrift store find, but if any of you guys have any ideas how to recreate that, definitely let me know. I found this wreath on the Pier 1 website. It was $59.99, and I just knew that we could replicate it using some Dollar Tree supplies. So I'm starting out with this Dollar Tree wire wreath form, and I'm just going to wrap it with some of this white scrap ribbon. I've also done a similar wreath like this, and you can use the Dollar Tree Automotive cloth as well if you don't have any white ribbon. I found this at the thrift store. And then I'm taking some ornaments that have been used multiple times, and I'm just going to hot glue them to the center wire part of the wreath form. Again, don't worry about the hot glue showing because we're going to use some bling wrap to wrap in and around the ornaments to kind of hide any of your work. So I ended up using about 2 sets of ornaments. I believe they come 10 to a pack, and these are kind of this champagne gold color, but you guys can use whatever ornaments you love. So here is how it should look once you get the first 2 rows glued on, and I just glued the first 2 top rows. And then I'm taking some bling wrap. I got this at totallydazzled.com, and I will leave a link down below for you guys. So I'm just going to hot glue the end of the bling wrap, and also you guys check the Dollar Tree crafts section because they do have bling wrap as well. So I'm just going to hot glue in between the ornaments, and this is really going to begin to hold those ornaments together even more. And I am using a high temp hot glue gun. I've tried to do this before with the low temp glue gun, and it's kind of tricky. Just be careful, try not to burn yourself. And then I'm taking the bling wrap and I'm looping it through this bottom part. And then I'm going to take some of my smaller Dollar Tree ornaments, and these are just little white ones, but just use whatever you guys have on hand, which is kind of what I did. And then I'm using some of the Dollar Tree mini ornaments. And then I just looked in my craft stash. I had these little silver clips. You can also find these in the Dollar Tree ornament section, the little clips. And then Dollar Tree also sells like little gold party beads. These I found at a thrift store, but I'm going to use these beads to really hide some more of my gluey work. So you're just going to hot glue them and kind of wrap them in and around the ornaments. This really is an extra step, but it makes it look so gorgeous. And also thank you guys if you have some little strands of pearls in your craft stash, which I know they sell at Hobby Lobby. I've also found them at my thrift store. That would look really pretty as well. I just grabbed the gold because this is kind of what I had on hand, and so I'm just going for it with this. But you're just going to hot glue in between all of the ornaments, and this should get everything on there really nice and secure. And then I'm going to go in with these pretty totallydazzled.com little jewels. They sent me a pack of jewels, and they're really inexpensive. They're about $1.50 each for a whole pack. I think $15 for about a pack of 10. So anyway, I added a couple of jewels, but also think about scrap jewelry that you have, maybe a broken earring or just some little scrap bling you could pop into this. And I'm absolutely over the moon in love with this. To be honest with you, I think we may have done even better than the Pier 1 wreath. Let me know what you guys think. This one was super fun to make. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to be doing a repaint on this Happy Holidays Santa sign. I think this Santa is really cute, but I wanted to share with you guys how you could really glam him up and make him more of a neutral Santa. So I'm just going in with some white chalk paint, and I'm going to chalk paint everything on him that is red. And this only took about 1 coat. So once I had everything pretty much painted the color that I wanted, I went in with some Mod Podge and I just Mod Podged over the white paint to kind of keep it on there a little bit better, but also to add some glitter. You guys know I love my extra sparkle and shine. Now, of course, this step is optional, but I just really thought Santa needed that extra kick it up a notch. And so here's how it should look if you go ahead and add some glitter. I just used some glitter from Walmart. And then here is some blush pink apple barrel craft paint that I got at Walmart, and I'm just going to go in and paint his little poinsettia flower this pretty pale pink. Now think about this, you guys, paint the little flower or the little accent pieces on this sign whatever colors that you're using for your holiday decor, and you could even make Santa pink with a pink Santa suit. I was just going kind of more for neutral with this one. I want him to fit into pretty much any decor that I have, so I wanted to really glam him up, and so I added some hot glue and then some bling wrap to his little belt, and then I added a little sparkling jewel. Again, I got these at totallydazzled.com. I'll leave the link below for you guys. And then I forgot about the little holly berry up top, and I decided to add some glam bling to the holly berry and also to the center of the poinsettia. And then I just used some bling glam wrap to hang with, so I just kind of pushed that through either little spot and then hot glued it to the back, and I think he came out absolutely so adorable. I think this was a great repaint. Comment and let me know if you guys are going to be doing any repaints with this sign, and if so, what colors do you think would have been absolutely adorable for this Santa? I think he's looking super fabulous for this though. Okay, so for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I actually had this Santa left over from a couple of years ago. Dollar Tree sells these Santas, and they do have white Santas, but they sell out really fast, so I decided just to chalk paint his hat, and then I added some Mod Podge and some more glitter to the top. And then I took one of those little Dollar Tree bows and I just clipped it onto his hat where I cut the holly leaf off. I added a little bit of hot glue just to kind of secure it on there a little bit better. And then of course I couldn't resist adding some junk jewelry to the center of the bow, you know, just because he needs that extra razzle dazzle for this glam setting. And how cute does this Santa look? This is definitely something you would see in more of a high-end boutique store, and secret, it only cost us a couple dollars to make. I have him sitting on top of a cup, but he would be great for a Christmas tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to create kind of Victorian style kissing ball with the large Dollar Tree gold ornament. And so I'm just taking some of this thrift store ribbon and I'm running the hot glue down one side and then pulling the ribbon over and then running it down the other side and then adding ribbon to that side. So basically what you want to do is you want to crisscross your ribbon, and then you guys can add whatever embellishments you love. I decided to add some bling wrap to this and then also some little greenery and jewels to the top. Now my footage cut out on the finishing of this, but I will do another one for you guys, I promise. But this is how the end product looked. I just added the bling wrap, you guys can see, to the center of that first pink ribbon, some greenery, and then some little cute loops to the top. And then Dollar Tree sells those pearls, so definitely grab some of those, and then just some little junk jewelry brooches. I think it comes out fabulous, and I will be needing to hang this kissing ball so I can catch Mr. Romantic. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to do super glam Christmas tree. I'm starting out with this little Halloween bucket that I got during the fall time that I had painted, and then I just added some styrofoam and added 2 Dollar Tree Christmas trees. They're great to just double up on. That gives them a little bit more fluff. And then I'm taking one of those Dollar Tree baby blankets, and I just kind of hot glue the baby blanket around the little tin, and then I added some chalk paint around the top of the little edges of the tree. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to take a strand of fairy lights. You can find these at Dollar Tree or the Target Dollar Spot. And then I'm going to take some of that sparkling glam Dollar Tree tool and I just cut it into strips and I'm just tying it on to the little fairy lights. And this is so fun. You guys could add all kinds of scrap fabric to this. I did want to keep this fairly just simple because I am going to be adding a lot of ornaments on top of this. I decided to go ahead and string it into my little tree. So the tree is adorable on its own. If you're going for a very simple look, you could definitely leave it as is. But of course, you guys know me. I had to go totally over the top with this and go super glam. So I'm taking the fairy lights first and I'm just working them in and around the little tree to kind of give it just that beautiful kind of whimsical feel. And again, remember, customize this to whatever colors you're using. And then I'm taking some of that Dollar Tree, it's just gold picks, and I'm taking some of it, adding it to the top, and then I'm adding in some of those scrap ornaments and then some beautiful Dollar Tree poinsettias that I had added some little pearls to kind of finish it off. I did have some extra gold beads, so I decided to just hot glue some of those little gold beads to the end of this beautiful Christmas tree, and I am absolutely loving how glam and sparkling and fabulous this is turning out. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is this looking? I did add some little jump jewelry to the top, and just think about all of the little fun goodies that you have laying around that you could add into your Dollar Tree Christmas tree to really razzle dazzle it up. So here it is going in with the Glam Pier 1 dupe wreath, which again was a bunch of scraps really that I had just kind of laying around. And then here is that beautiful little kissing ball ornament. Oh my goodness, I'm over the moon excited for this. You guys know I love to decorate with so many different themes, but I'm definitely doing kind of a rustic glam chic theme throughout my studio area and then probably into some areas of my home, and I cannot wait to start decorating for Christmas. It's coming in my home very soon, but as always, I ask you guys to comment and let me know what is your favorite DIY in this video. I love to hear what you guys have to say about my DIYs, and I love hearing your feedback. And then definitely let me know which ones will you guys be recreating? Which ones will you guys be trying your hand at? I just love to see all of your projects too that you guys have been posting on my Facebook. For the first Dollar Tree DIY, I'm going to share with you guys how to create a beautiful glam garland. So I'm just taking this evergreen that I found at the thrift store. I also found these lights at the thrift store. Definitely check your thrift stores. Walmart does also have non-lighted garland for super cheap. So I just used the evergreen to tie in the little lights with, and now I'm taking some Dollar Tree gold kind of glam mesh, and I'm just going to take the evergreen and create little poofs. So you're going to start at the end with your deco mesh, and you're going to wrap the evergreen around the end of your deco mesh and then just kind of pull it out in these little poofs. And the poofs are about 12 inches apart, but I'm not measuring them to be completely exact. It's up to you how exact you want them to be. I do kind of like to just kind of go with the flow of my crafts, so try to just relax and have fun with this. And the deco mesh, I promise you guys, is very forgiving, and it really creates a really beautiful sparkle and shine. So I'm continuing down this garland with more mesh, and then once I got to the end of the garland, I started another roll of deco mesh. So this is a 9-foot garland, and I did end up using 3 rolls of mesh. I was hoping only to use 2, but I did like my poofs to be nice and full. Now I'm just going in with some of that Dollar Tree sparkling gold ribbon. This ribbon does really shed the glitter, so just bear with me on this. But you guys, it's the holidays, so a little bit of glitter does not bother me a bit. So again, I'm starting at the end of my garland, and I'm just adding in the ribbon and twist tying it around the evergreen. So you're just going to take your evergreen branches and cross them over, and that's going to twist in your mesh and your ribbon. So I'm not using any kind of wire or hot glue or anything. I'm just using the actual evergreen branches to twist the mesh and the ribbon in. So this is a great money saver, and it's well worth kind of going to Walmart and finding a little evergreen branch that will twist onto your different mesh and ribbon. I hope that makes sense. Comment and let me know if you guys have questions. I did end up using 3 rolls of the Dollar Tree gold ribbon for this entire project. That was including the bows. So just remember, do what's on your budget, and I do like to have a really nice full garland, so I am using a little bit more product with this. But again, you guys work with what's in your budget, and also remember, you guys can do different colors. If you're decorating for a shabby chic Christmas, find some pink and white ribbon. If you're decorating for candy cane, find candy cane ribbon. If you're going glam, get glam ribbon. Rustic, get burlap ribbon, whatever suits your fancy. And I will share more styles with you guys as the season moves along. So now I'm just going to take and I'm going to attach this to the front of my little crafting work table. This is actually in my little Christmas crafting studio, and I just have little nails hung to the side of this, and I'm using the evergreen and twist tying them on. You guys can also use command strips if you're doing this on a mantle and you don't want any nail holes, but this little table was good to go. I actually used to use it in my flea market booth, and so it already had these nails kind of attached to it. I'm also adding in a bit of burlap ribbon. I'm really loving kind of that rustic glam farmhouse idea, and I just wanted to give it a little bit more texture. Dollar Tree also does have burlap ribbon with lace wound into it, or just plain if you guys are interested in getting it there. I did get my burlap from burlapfabric.com. I'll leave a $5 off coupon code as well as the burlap that I used. I did cut it in half, that way it would go just a little bit further. And again, I'm just twist tying it onto this garland, nothing fancy, I promise. So for the Dollar Tree bow, we're going to take some of that Dollar Tree Deco mesh. I'm using some silver mesh, and I'm just going to loop it over on itself and then twist tie it in the center with this pipe cleaner. Now I'm going in with some gold ribbon. I'm going to make a double layered Olivia bow. So my Olivia bow is super easy. As you can see, I'm just looping the ribbon over on itself a couple of times to see if there's 2 loops on each side, and then I'm just going to twist tie it on with the little pipe cleaner. And I did go in with several different layers of ribbon. I wanted this to be nice and full and have a ton of texture, so I went in with some of this burlap ribbon. I thought this would be perfect just to kind of soften the glam look up just a bit. But again, you guys use whatever colors suit your fancy. So now I'm using some of this gold Hobby Lobby ribbon. It was very inexpensive for a huge, I believe there's 90 yards, and I've gotten a lot of use out of this because I'm doing a ton of Christmas DIYs for you guys. I'm just doing a double layered Olivia bow, and I'm just continually adding these layers on as I go. So I'm untwisting the little twist tie, and I'm adding the bow layer on and then twisting it back together so it doesn't all fall apart. And so now I'm just using some of that silver Hobby Lobby ribbon, again another double layered Olivia bow, and I'm just layering it on top of itself. And then once I'm all the way done with that, I twist tied it really well, and then you want to take your ribbon loops and fluff them out really nice. And now I'm just attaching this big beautiful bow on to the end of my little garland. And again, you want to go ahead and fluff those loops out and arrange them, make sure they're nice and full. So I did a beautiful bow in the center and then one off to each side. And again, use whatever colors you absolutely adore. So for the next DIY, we're going to create a little pick. So it's really nice to add into your Christmas decor some beautiful sparkling picks. So Dollar Tree carries these white poinsettias. I'm just adding them into a Dollar Tree gold pick and silver pick, and then I'm tying them together with this lovely little twist tie. I'm going to twist tie them into the garland, and that's really going to give it some sparkle and shine. And then I did fluff them out to kind of cover where I tied that in. And as you guys can see here, how gorgeous this is looking. We are going to add in some more goodies as well. So Dollar Tree carries silver and gold ornaments. So I'm just going to take, and for another Dollar Tree DIY, you can make ornament bundles. They have these beautiful sparkling glam ornaments. So I'm just bundling them together. This is one of my secret weapons at the holiday time, to bundle them together and then twist tie them into your Christmas tree or your garlands. It makes them look so high end and full and absolutely gorgeous and fabulous. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, I want to share with you guys how to really razzle dazzle up some of those gold Dollar Tree taper candles. I'm using some Mod Podge glitter, and Dollar Tree is putting out these really adorable little hair barrettes for girls. I found them on an end cap, and I just knew when I saw them they would be perfect for my Christmas decor and to add to Christmas ornaments because they're already sparkling, already tied, and ready to go. And they even have some little bling in the center. So I just Mod Podged a nice little layer of Mod Podge on top of the candles, and then I'm going in with some gold glitter that I found at Walmart. I do know Dollar Tree carries glitter, but I suggest getting it from Walmart if you're going to be doing a lot of glittering for the holiday season. And now I'm just taking some of that Dollar Tree gold ribbon, and I'm just going to gently tie it around the candle, and then you want to hot glue it just where the ribbon is kind of taut against the candle and will kind of stand up. And then I'm taking one of the little girl's hair barrettes, and what you have to do is clip off the hair barrette part. That was a little bit tricky, and you're going to have to hot glue that little gold part kind of back together, and then you can just hot glue it directly onto that ribbon. But you guys, this turns out so gorgeous. Now I have seen these type of glittering candles in Pier 1 imports for at least $10 to $12 for a set, and here we go. They are so absolutely fabulous and gorgeous with just a little bit of glue glitter and some bling, and we have completely transformed them into a sparkling jewel that you would find in a more high-end boutique store. And I am absolutely crushing on these. You guys, comment and let me know what you think about them, and definitely if you're going to be recreating these. Now also, don't light those candles because you don't want to light them with the glitter and glue on them. They're just for decor purposes only. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to take these little Dollar Tree poinsettias, and Dollar Tree is also putting out these little pearl accent pieces. There's quite a few in the pack, so you're just going to hot glue them to the center of your Dollar Tree poinsettia, and I really feel like it really jazzes up your poinsettia and makes them look absolutely fabulous. And then I did just even dabble a tiny bit of glitter on top of that, and voila, there we have a super sparkling and high-end looking decor piece for next to nothing. So for the next Dollar Tree DIY, we're going to create a really adorable little Santa photo. So Dollar Tree has this "It's Good to Be Home" sign out, and I went ahead and picked one up, and then I'm using one of those Dollar Tree Santa sacks. It's one of the smaller sizes, and it fits just perfectly underneath this little sign. So I just wanted to have kind of a more high-end specialty store little Santa picture without spending very much. So really this only cost me about $2. I just hot glued the Santa bag underneath the little sign, and there he is, all sweet and cozy. I did add a little bit of greenery to the top where the little home part was, just to kind of razzle dazzle it up just a bit. You guys know me, I do love to add bows and razzle dazzle to pretty much everything. So here is how the whole setting turned out with the beautiful glam garland, the candles, the sparkling ornaments, the beautiful pearl centered poinsettia.
So thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. It's a true blessing and honor to have you all here. If you all are new, welcome. I'm Olivia with Olivia's Romantic Home, and I love to share with you guys how you can make your homes boutique gorgeous on a budget. I truly believe you do not have to break the bank to have a fabulous, amazing home. Always remember too, you guys can change up my ideas to match your home decor by changing the ribbon or the paint color. Now, I am thankful and blessed to have y'all here, and I want to remind you the joy of this season. And also, don't forget to reach out to a friend or a family member that might be struggling through this season, and try to be kind online. So much of our world has moved to online, and so if somebody shares a cute picture of their grandkid or kiddo, give it a heart, give it a like, and say something sweet, because you don't ever know what that person might be going through. So I thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. Punch the bell and click all. It will update you every single time I post a new video. This is my 6th season on YouTube, and it is such a blessing and honor to be here. We're going to continue to craft and decorate throughout the holiday season and into the new year. So you guys stay tuned. I have so many more fun ideas coming up for you, and I'm going to be taking my daughter on a college visit this weekend, so I'm super excited for that. So say a little prayer for our travel safety, and for my mama's heart. She's my baby, and she's about to fly the nest. So Anyway, I am thankful and blessed to have y'all here. I cannot wait for our next video and more Christmas crafting and decorating. I love y'all to the moon and back, and until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.